It's Monday, May 4th. Today on Your Morning Atlantic, a somber anniversary. Vigil was held to mark 1 year since the disappearance of the Sullivan siblings. Your top news headlines just ahead.
And it's Emergency Preparedness Week. We'll find out what we need to have in our go bags in case we need to leave our homes quickly. That is coming up in our second hour. Plus, hold your horses. Brienne will take us along on her visit to Sunshine Ranch and introduce us to a tiny foal who calls the ranch home. All that and more is coming up on the Monday edition of CTV Your Morning Atlantic. Atlantic Canada. It is 6:01, 6:31 if you're in Newfoundland and parts of Labrador. And I have to say this, May the 4th be with you. Had to be sad. Had to be sad. Figured I'd get it over with early, you know?
Oh, happy Star Wars Day to all who celebrate.
Exactly, exactly. And thanks for joining us. Stephanie Seacos here in the Weather Center. I am here in our middle chair for Crystal today, and Amanda's herself.
I am myself. Yeah.
Someone has to be, right?
Yeah, I guess so. And listen, we're happy to have you both in this morning too. It is wild the difference a day can make in terms of the weather.
Yes.
Because Saturday was just simply gorgeous. The first really warm day, kind of out without a jacket, at least in our neighborhood,
yes,
for part of the day.
Yeah.
And then to have this like wet system come in, bringing with it lots of rain. Yep. A lot of wind, and that's impacting some of the commute this morning as well.
Yep.
And got some outages.
It's kind of been some weather whiplash, and you know, we'll get through that weather, like, because you know, we're going to have some rain again today, but then sunny tomorrow. The system is just kind of bouncing back and forth, so back to beautiful weather tomorrow, but for today, it's still some showers. Taking a live look here in Halifax, pretty quiet start to your commute this morning. It may still be a little bit slick out there, and it was a little on the cooler side too, so just watch for any slippery spots as well. Just take your time getting to school or to work this morning. As mentioned, we are still dealing with some showers for much of Atlantic Canada this morning. Some flurries mixing in with the system as well, just because of where the temperatures have been hovering for some areas. So just keep that in mind. The system, though, will continue to clear out as we head through the day today. So we will eventually see some sunshine for most areas, just starting off on the wet side. Current temperatures right now, 3 degrees in Halifax, 4 in Fredericton, 2 in Charlottetown, and 7 right now in St. John's. As for those winds, they are a little bit gusty to start this morning, generally from the west and the north for starting out the day. We will see some gusts as well, and these gusts will pick up as we head into the afternoon hours as well, eventually tapering off as we head into the evening hours. As for that visibility, it is improving for much of New Brunswick and Nova Scotia. However, with this system, we are still seeing some reduced visibility through parts of Cape Breton and into Newfoundland and Labrador as well. That's your first look at the forecast. Now we'll head over to Amanda for the news.
Thank you, Stephanie. And that is where we begin. High winds and heavy rain are impacting travel around the region. Here is a live look at the Confederation Bridge, which is currently closed to all traffic until the weather improves. This closure started at 4 a.m. You can just see the power of that wind there by looking at the whitecaps in the water. Northumberland ferries also canceled some morning crossings this morning between PEI and Nova Scotia. Now, as for North Sydney and Port aux Basques, Marine Atlantic has canceled morning crossings in both directions. This weather also impacting power customers in Nova Scotia. More than 1,700 customers are off the grid right now. In PEI, more than 1,500 Maritime electric customers in Queen and Kings counties are without power. And in New Brunswick, fewer customers dealing with this. 19 customers in the southeast are impacted. Police in St. John are warning residents about an early morning prowler. Police say the suspect has been known to peek through ground-level windows on certain streets. Those streets include Newport Crescent, Davenport Avenue, and Technology Drive. Police don't have a complete description of the suspect, but they say he was seen wearing dark clothing. Anyone with information is asked to contact police. The community came together over the weekend in a small Nova Scotia town to mark the one-year anniversary of the disappearance of 2 children. And as CTV's Hafsa Arif reports, the crowd was demanding answers into what happened to Jack and Lily.
A year later, the space outside the Stellarton RCMP detachment is filled once again, with toys placed on the grass and signs reminding everyone gathered here of the same promise. Jack and Lily will not be forgotten.
It's a hard day. It's a hard day of not having answers. I'm glad we had the turnout that we did.
Among the toys placed is a lighthouse, symbolizing the family's belief the children will still find their way home.
Frustrated, fed up. It's hard to believe it's been a year and we know as much as we knew May 2nd, 2025.
Family members hoped by now there would be answers instead of an anniversary gathering.
There's nothing else I can do. So at least talking about them, getting other people to talk about them, that's what I can do.
Roughly 30 people attended, listening to speeches and embracing loved ones.
It's not a normal thing for 2 little ones to disappear off the face of this earth.
For many, the grief has only deepened alongside growing frustration over the lack of answers.
We want the RCMP to start eliminating things that they've already eliminated because the public speculation has gone wild.
Others following the case agree misinformation has distracted from what matters most, finding the children.
I think the online community has been quite toxic in providing misinformation and leads that are wasting the major crimes time.
Still, people continue traveling from across the country to help keep attention on the case.
There's a very heavy sadness amongst this community. Everyone wants the kids found.
And while the vigil may have returned, families and friends here say so has the determination to keep searching.
We got to push for answers. We got to push for accountability.
As the crowd ended the vigil with a march through the streets, the children's toys remained outside the detachment, a reminder that 1 year later, Jack and Lily are still missing. Hafsa Arif, CTV News, Stellarton.
It's now been a decade since wildfires ripped through Fort McMurray. A Cape Breton man who lived through that 2016 disaster says after last year's summer record drought conditions here in the Maritimes, people need to take wildfire warnings seriously if a similar dry spell were to happen again.
It was literal hell on earth. I was there with my brother Cody. People have to use the brains that are in our heads and really think about what we do. Because in an instant, all of our lives could change.
Meantime, the North Sydney Volunteer Fire Department says it has already responded to 56 grass fires this spring. Finally, someone living on Prince Edward Island might be having a better Monday than most people. Atlantic Lottery says a Lotto Max ticket sold on Friday is worth a cool $1 million. The ticket was purchased in Montague. So if you haven't checked your ticket yet, you may want to do so. $1 million sold somewhere in Montague, PEI. Friday night, check those tickets.
Congratulations to whoever won that.
Imagine waking up to, and you're like, oh, you know what? I did check my ticket this weekend.
Yeah, maybe I should.
That'd be a very
$1 million. Hello, you could fill up at the gas station with that.
You could. Once. One fill up. Also happy this morning are Habs fans.
Yes.
Of course, because the dream of bringing the Stanley Cup back to Canada is still alive thanks to the nail-biting performance from the Montreal Canadiens.
Montreal is bound for the second round to meet the Buffalo Sabres.
Yep, it was down to the wire for Montreal, but they managed to claim Game 7 against the Tampa Bay Lightning. The Habs are the only Canadian team left, of course, in the Stanley Cup playoffs, and puck drop on round 2 against the Sabres goes Wednesday. I know our good friend JW is super excited that the Canadiens are in the next round. He's a
big Bruins fan. No, listen, a lot of Habs fans here are very excited.
Yes. And you can't help but cheer for the Canadian team, especially when it's the only one left.
The only one left.
Even though there's lots of Canadian players still on the American teams. But
yeah.
A Canadian Cup would be so great.
Yes, exactly. Especially since Montreal's counterpart didn't do so well in the PWHL on the weekend because they dropped game 1 against defending Cup champions, the Minnesota Frost. But they have another game, so hopefully they'll pull out the same way as Montreal.
All right, fingers crossed there. Okay, still ahead. I'm going to have you first look at your national and international news headlines on this Monday morning. And Steph has more details on the wet and windy weather. And more importantly, how long until it's out of here and we can see some sunshine again. Those details on the other side of the break. Good morning to our viewers in St. John this morning.
Welcome back to CTV Your Morning Atlantic. There is a live look this morning at Peggy's Cove. It's 5 degrees right now, starting off the day there with some cloudy skies. The wind still a little bit gusty as per usual at Peggy's Cove, but we will see those gusty winds across the region as well. This system too moving out pretty quickly for much of Nova Scotia and New Brunswick this morning, still dealing with some showers and some flurries popping up through parts of Atlantic Canada, though. But again, the system will be pushing east as we go through the morning and into the afternoon today. As for that forecast timeline, so dealing with some showers for some areas to start the day. Again, with those cooler temperatures, we are seeing some flurries mixing in as well, particularly for more higher terrain areas as we continue into the afternoon hours. Again, seeing the system clearing out. Still dealing with some showers, though, for much of Cape Breton into much of Newfoundland and Labrador. Those flurries as well developing. We could see a chance of showers, though, this afternoon in New Brunswick, about a 30 to 60% chance for any given area. As we head into the evening hours, we'll be seeing a few showers popping up as well for parts of Nova Scotia. Again, about a 30 to 60% chance. And then the system will continue clearing out as we head into the day tomorrow. Tuesday is looking very nice across the region. We still do have a special weather statement in effect for parts of Nova Scotia. The system, as it continues to clear out, we've been seeing this statement disappearing. It was covered for New Brunswick, all of Nova Scotia, and Prince Edward Island as well. But again, clearing out fairly quickly this morning. Some areas through eastern mainland Nova Scotia, again, still dealing with some showers and some gustier winds. For today, chance of showers for New Brunswick. We'll still see some flurries or some snow mixing in for Moncton this morning. Fairly mild temperatures, though, highs between 13 and 16 degrees. A little bit cooler along the coastline, 11 for Grand Manan and 12 for St. John. For Prince Edward Island today, still a mix of some rain and some showers. Again, this will continue clearing as we head into the afternoon today. Highs between 13 and 14 degrees. For eastern mainland Nova Scotia and Cape Breton, we'll see those highs between 9 and 14 degrees. Still that mix of some rain and some snow, again clearing as the day goes on. Some gusty winds as well. For southwestern areas of Nova Scotia today, we'll see this system continuing to clear out. Lots of sunshine to start the day for southwestern areas of Nova Scotia. Still a few showers popping up through parts of central Nova Scotia. Highs today between 11 and 16 degrees. For Newfoundland and Labrador today, we'll see some rain clearing for Newfoundland. Some showers possible as well through Labrador today. Some flurries mixing in there as well with those temperatures a little bit on the cooler side. Highs today between 4 and 7 degrees. That's a look at your forecast. Now we'll head over to Amanda for the news.
Thank you, Stephanie. Canada's trade tactics appear to be front and center over the weekend, and whether our energy and critical minerals are being used as leverage in negotiations. It has the opposition leader calling for more clarity on Mark Carney's strategy. CTV's Jeremy Charron has more.
With a mid-summer deadline fast approaching to review Canada's free trade agreement with the U.S. and Mexico, Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre had this question today.
So if energy and minerals are not going to be leverage for Canada in these negotiations, what leverage does Mr. Carney claim to have?
That's after the Prime Minister told the Canadian press this week Canada won't leverage our energy resources or critical minerals in trade talks.
Let's be clear. We're never going to cut our American allies off of our energy or selling our resources, but we can offer in the negotiations to build up our resources in a way that helps our continental security, that keeps both of us safe, strong, and rich.
The Prime Minister has so far signaled he's in no rush to negotiate a new deal ahead of the July 1st review deadline.
You're best to wait for the right agreement as opposed to rushing into something because of the potential permanence of that.
This former special advisor to Prime Minister Justin Trudeau on Canada-U.S. relations believes time is in Carney's favor.
We have no idea what the conditions of the coming months are going to look like, what domestic American pressures are going to be felt by the president and his team, what geopolitical priorities are going to take precedence over that of a conversation with Canada.
With U.S. midterm elections around the corner, Trump's Republicans could lose control of Congress in November, leading to speculation the Prime Minister could be waiting to see if that happens.
There's a lot of speculation here that Canada may be waiting it out.
But in an interview with CTV's Question Period today, Colorado's governor says that's unlikely to make a difference.
Sadly, having served in Congress 10 years, I have to tell you that's not really the way our system works. We give tremendous authority to the executive in negotiating these kinds of agreements. Pressure, yes, but I don't think this president gives into that pressure.
Now, that July 1st deadline is not to get a new deal done, rather just to decide whether to review the current one. And right now, neither side appear to be in a rush.
CTV's Jeremy Sharon reporting in Ottawa. The Prime Minister is in Armenia on a trip experts say reflects a shift in Canada's foreign policy towards economic and security priorities. CTV's Graham Richardson has more on how Carney is trying to deepen ties with the European Union in these turbulent times.
Prime Minister, so glad to see you. It's very nice.
Prime Minister Mark Carney's first bilateral meeting today with Armenian Prime Minister Nikol Pashinyan.
It's the first time in Armenia.
Carney mentioned the 60,000 Armenian Canadians, the value he places on their presence in Canada. In many ways, Armenia and Canada are in similar positions at this summit. Armenia attempting to pivot away from Russia's economic influence after so many decades. Canada, in a different way, doing the same thing when it comes to the Americans. Both countries speaking more, deepening ties, or at least trying to European countries. Carney and Canada are here as the first ever non-European leaders and delegates to join the European political community. They say the America's shift away from the rest of the world is a significant one that they need to adjust for. Late Sunday, Carney met with European officials and the Prime Minister of Poland. This is a very long way to go for a short series of meetings. The leader of the official opposition, Pierre Poilievre, says it's a waste of time.
Now he expects to have gushing media coverage for going on another trip, signing fake MOUs and giving dazzling speeches, all while delivering no real results here at home.
But not everyone sees it that way. Some analysts say in 2026, with the world facing so many challenges, leader to leader, face to face is invaluable.
A leader coming to meet head one-on-one or or as a group and all that is just fundamental. That's when you create the links. That's when you can have really long-term bonds.
This summit started back in 2022 with the Russian invasion of Ukraine. Tomorrow, Carney will meet with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. Obviously, security on the agenda there. Graham Richardson, CTV News, Yerevan, Armenia.
A quick break now. When we return, we will have your must-see moment from our colleagues at TSN. Your Morning Atlantic. We'll be right back after this. Please stay with us.
Move Mornings with Aaron and Peter. Weekday mornings on Move 100. The most fun in the morning. And home of the $1,000 minute. Only on Move 100 Halifax.
It is 6:24, and so it's time to check in with our friends at SportsCenter for today's must-see moment.
Hi
Hi, everyone. Mark Rowe inside the Sports Center newsroom with your must-see moment from Sunday. We're going to head to Denver with the Avalanche taking on the Wild in Game 1 of their second-round series. And check out Vladimir Tarasenko. On the partial break, he pulls off a beautiful dangle, undressing Scott Wedgwood with the Forsberg. The 34-year-old forward gets his second of the postseason in style and earns your must-see moment from Sunday. And tonight, we've got action from the NBA playoffs. It's Game 1 of the second round between the 76ers and Knicks. It all gets underway at 7:30 p.m. Eastern across the TSN network. That's all from the Sports Center newsroom. Have a great day.
This TSN must-see moment brought to you by J.R. Rahe's Furniture and Appliances.
We'll still be dealing with some messy weather for parts of New Brunswick today, about a 30 to 60% chance of showers for any given area today. The sunshine will break through, though. We'll get up to a high of 14 degrees, low of 3. It's the next few days, though. Look at that. Plenty of sunshine into Tuesday, high of 22. That is well above average for this time of year, low of 9. Into Wednesday, we'll see a mix of sun and cloud, high of 20, though we will be seeing some nighttime rain, so that will bring the temperature down a little bit as we head into Thursday. So enjoy those sunny days. For Nova Scotia, still some showers popping up across the province today, getting up to a high around 15 degrees today. A little bit cooler, though, for more coastal areas. We'll reach a low tonight of 7. Tomorrow, plenty of sunshine as well, high of 19 degrees. Wednesday, we'll see a high of 17 with a mix of sun and cloud with some showers developing through the evening hours. And for Prince Edward Island, we'll see that rain and snow mix clearing as the day goes on, reaching a high today of 13 degrees, low tonight of 5. Tomorrow, we'll see a mix of sun and cloud reaching a high of 21. Then plenty of sunshine into Wednesday, once again with that high of 21. That's a look at your forecast. Stay with us. CTV Your Morning Atlantic will be right back.
Just ahead in this half hour, the Move Morning Chat. And today we want to know what stresses you out, but other people do all the time. That's in about 15 minutes on Your Morning Atlantic.
Well, hopefully you're waking up not feeling stressed on this Monday morning. We appreciate you tuning in. If you're the first to see us, we're happy to say good morning to you. It is 6:30, and we have also Brianne Foley in for Crystal. We have Stephanie Sikos in for Latavia this morning. So how was the early morning alarm, ladies?
It's always rough, but
rough.
But I got into bed early last night. I was reading a book. I didn't look at my phone because I was hoping that would help kind of ease me to sleep. But I was at such a good part in my book that I wanted to keep reading. So I ended up staying up a little later than I'd hoped.
That's super fair. I didn't read my book for that exact reason. Instead, I decided to watch the hockey game. So
heart rate up.
Also,
anyway.
it's stressful as well. You need to see what's going to happen.
Yeah, I was watching the lacrosse game first, and then I was flipped over to the hockey games, and then I was like trying to keep an eye on the Raptors game. Too many sports happen at this time of year for me to work the morning show, you know?
Well, listen, if you at home are like, I too want to catch up on all the sports, don't worry, because Brianne actually has highlights, because there were quite a few important games happening throughout the weekend.
Yeah, a lot of local games too, right? We had the Wanderers, we had the Tides, we had the Thunderbirds.
Yeah.
So lots.
We'll have a roundup for you.
Yes, for you.
But the other big thing, the other big thing making news this morning too is the weather with how wet and windy it is.
Yes.
Although,
wow,
this system is clearing out fairly quickly for parts of Nova Scotia.
I was gonna say, look at how stunning that is.
Yes, live look at Lunenburg right now. Some areas though on Sunday saw snow, and not just a dusting, like enough snow that. You might not need the shovel because today it is going to melt with that rain still, but tough to believe in May, we are still seeing some snow for parts of Atlantic Canada, and we will be seeing again the system clearing out as the morning goes on. Very much clear through southwestern Nova Scotia. New Brunswick is also seeing that clearing. We're still seeing some showers and some flurries popping up through parts of eastern areas of New Brunswick into parts of eastern mainland Nova Scotia and PEI as well. The system will continue pushing east, so it will hit Newfoundland and Labrador as we head through the day today. Right now in Halifax, it is 4 degrees, so a little bit cool to start the day. 3 in Fredericton and Charlottetown right now, and 7 at this hour in St. John's. Along with the system, we are seeing some fairly gusty winds, and they will continue to stay gusty for much of the day today, eventually calming as we head into the afternoon winds today. Generally from the west, still some gusts reported as well across much of the Maritime region this morning. We are seeing some wind warnings now popping up as well for eastern mainland Nova Scotia. I'll have more on that in the full forecast coming up. As for the visibility, if you are getting ready to head out the door, seeing fairly good visibility for much of Nova Scotia and New Brunswick this morning. Some reduced visibility for parts of Cape Breton, again, just with this system, and a little bit of that reduced visibility as well for Newfoundland and Labrador this morning. That's a look at your forecast, and we'll head over to Amanda for the news.
Thank you so much, Stephanie. And those high winds and heavy rain impacting travel around the region. Here's a live look at the Confederation Bridge, which is currently closed to all traffic until the weather improves. This closure started at 4 a.m. Northumberland Ferries has also canceled very early morning crossings between PEI and Nova Scotia. Now, further up north for North Sydney and Port aux Basques, Marine Atlantic has canceled morning crossings in both directions. The weather also impacting power in the region. At this hour in Nova Scotia, more than 1,900 customers are off the grid. In PEI, more than 1,700 Maritime Electric customers in Queen and Kings County are without power. And in New Brunswick, the number much lower, 19 customers in the southeast are impacted. People came together in Stellarton, Nova Scotia over the weekend to mark the one-year anniversary of the disappearance of Jack and Lily Sullivan. The crowd of 30-plus gathered outside the local RCMP detachment for speeches and to place toys around a lighthouse, symbolizing the family's belief the children will still find their way home. Family members hoped by now there would be answers instead of an anniversary gathering.
It's hard to believe it's been a year and we know as much as we knew May 2nd, 2025.
There's nothing else I can do. So at least talking about them, getting other people to talk about them, that's what I can do.
For many, the grief has only deepened alongside growing frustration over the lack of answers 1 year later. The crowd ended the vigil with a march through the streets. Police in St. John are warning residents about an early morning prowler. Police say the suspect has been known to peek through ground-level windows on certain streets. Those streets include Newport Crescent, Davenport Avenue, and Technology Drive. Police don't have a complete description of the suspect, but they say he has been seen wearing dark clothing. Anyone with information is asked to contact police. A Cape Breton singer-songwriter is opening up about his journey to sobriety. And as CTV's Ryan McDonald shows us, he's written a song that he hopes will help others who might be struggling.
That's why you won't see me. Hold on, the town, I'm staying lonely for now.
Danny McNeil has been a musician for years, and there was a time when all of those late nights out came with a problem.
The music and the drinking went hand in hand, but then at a part of my life, probably like my mid-20s, the music stopped, but the drinking kept going.
This is McNeil on the final day before starting his journey to sobriety. On May 5th, 2019, he decided to give up drinking for good.
I had missed work. I knew I was supposed to be at work and like hanging a pretty heavy head. And there was something about that day where I was just like, enough is enough. I said, baby, the plow just went by.
Back in the winter, McNeil released a song about the frustration of when a snowplow fills in a just shoveled driveway. Now, his latest single, Lonely for Now, is set to debut on the 7-year anniversary of his sobriety.
I know that there are people out there that are feeling the way I was feeling when I wrote this song.
The song was written during the first few months of McNeil's efforts to get sober and talks about the complicated feelings he first had after making the lifestyle change. Now he's finally ready to release it because he wants to help people.
I want this song to reach someone who needs to hear it. I need, like, for someone who's going to hear it and think there's someone else that was in that situation and they got out of it.
These days, McNeil says what he is most proud of is the life he has built with his wife Molly and their 3.5-year-old twins.
my life couldn't be any more different than it was. You know, it took a lot of work, but it's the best decision I ever made. I'm trying to sort it out.
Opening up about a personal journey that might strike a chord with others, the song is set to be officially launched on Tuesday at an event at Dr. Luke's Cafe in Sydney. Ryan McDonald, CTV News, Sydney.
Oh, looking forward to that song release. So nice.
Absolutely. Tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Yes, tomorrow.
Yep.
Tuesday.
There we go. All right. Well, we're continuing our Pay Your Bills contest today, and we have some great news for viewers. You may recall last week we had some technical issues on Thursday that kept people from entering that day's words. So today you actually have 2 chances to enter with 2 separate words. So let's get at it. Wake up and win with CTV Your Morning. We could pay your bills with a massive $20,000. Just imagine what you could do with that extra 20 grand. Of course, to enter, you head to the contest page at ctvatlantic.ca or scan the QR code on your screen. Enter this first word, jackpot, along with all your information for your chance to win. There's also a second word today, so put in money. So jackpot and money, and the Your Morning $20,000 Pay Your Bills contest. Of course, good luck. Put both those words in. Jackpot if you missed the first one, money if you missed the second.
Ooh, that's still good. Now, money. Who made money at the box office this weekend?
Ooh.
We're going to have those details still ahead in your entertainment headlines. But before that, we have the Move Morning Chat. Today, we want to know what is something that seems totally normal for most people, but just when it comes to you, not so much. We're going to have that conversation right after this.
Welcome back to CTV Your Morning Atlantic. There's a live look this morning at Charlottetown, starting off the day a little bit wet there. You can see those slick streets. We could be seeing some flurries mixed in as well through much of PEI today with this low pressure system making its way across the region. Tomorrow, though, is when the weather is going to take a turn and be very nice across the region. So we just need to get through this messy weather for today. The system is continuing to clear out, though, as we head through the morning hours already through much of Nova Scotia and New Brunswick. We have seen this continue to clear. It will continue pushing east as well as we head into the afternoon. Some flurries developing through parts of Newfoundland and Labrador with this system making its way across, just with those temperatures closer to that freezing mark. Into the evening hours, the system generally clearing out for much of the Maritime region. However, there is a chance of some showers later this evening through parts of New Brunswick and Nova Scotia. As we head into the early hours Tuesday, though, the rain will clear and we will see a very clear sky, plenty of sunshine in the forecast for tomorrow. We do still have a special weather statement in effect for parts of eastern mainland Nova Scotia. We'll see this clearing, though, as we head through the day today. That rain-snow mix in there with wind gusts up to 80 kilometers per hour. There is also now an extended wind warning for eastern mainland Nova Scotia and into parts of Cape Breton, so just be mindful of that. Secure any loose objects you may have around your property. And we'll see those wind gusts up to 90 kilometers per hour, though the winds will begin to ease later this morning. For New Brunswick today, we'll see those highs fairly mild between about 13 to 16 degrees, a little bit cooler for more coastal areas, 11 for Grand Manan and 12 for St. John today. Generally a mix of sun and cloud, though we will see about a 30 to 60% chance of showers for any given area there today. For Prince Edward Island, still some showers, some flurries mixing in there as well today, but the temperature will climb up to 13 or 14 degrees across the island. Those winds still on the gustier side, though. For Cape Breton and eastern mainland Nova Scotia today, highs between 9 and 14 degrees. Again, that mix of rain with some flurries possible in there. For southwestern areas of Nova Scotia today, we'll see highs between 11 and 16 degrees, so fairly close to seasonal for this time of year. Again, the system will continue clearing and we'll see plenty of sunshine for most areas there today. For Newfoundland and Labrador, highs between 4 and 7 degrees. Again, some rain popping up for much of the region as we head into the afternoon hours, and some flurries could mix in there as well. That's a look at your forecast. Now we'll see what's going on in today's Move Morning Chat.
Happy Monday. It's the Monday edition of the Move Morning Chat. We focus on different topics of the day. Aaron and Peter, what's the focus on this Monday morning?
Well, we're asking, what is something that seems totally normal to most people, but for whatever reason, it totally stresses you out? Now, Peter and I were having a bit of a laugh at this. I was telling him that I recently had a doctor's appointment, and nothing stresses me out more than going to the doctor. And it's not because I'm worried about something that's going on with me, you know, health-wise. I just don't know how to act. For example, I was going to get a new prescription, and I'm in the room, and I'm thinking, well, nothing's getting checked on me, but do I need to sit on that bed with the weird paper, or am I allowed to sit on the chair? Like, what do I do? If I have to put on a gown, every single time I question myself, what side is the open side?
Right.
I keep it open in the front. I don't know why. I immediately panic when it comes to doing anything with going to the doctor. I'm like overthinking it. I'm Googling things. How do I put on the gown? It's just too much for me.
She literally asked me, do I sit on the stool if there's a stool in the office? It's like, okay, so it's completely normal for most people, but, you know, it causes you a whole bunch of anxiety. Can I just say that picking a line in the grocery store after I finish shopping, so much anxiety. You know, I'm looking at everybody's cart and that's going to be quick, right? There's only 4 items. And so I picked that cart, and then my wife, who's also there, she comes along. Why did you pick this line? This line's clearly shorter. She's clearly right. As it turns out, those people went through a long time before I did. I get anxious just trying to pick the right darn line to get into to pay for my stuff.
Well, I'm glad you're not the only one, Peter. I don't get anxious about it, but I always pick the wrong line.
Always. Same here.
Okay, this is a tough one. I am terrified sometimes when I'm driving. I'll tell you what I hate, making a left-hand turn, a bunch of lanes of traffic. Like, I love me a left-hand turn signal because then you've got a clear path.
Yeah.
But I will map out my route before I go and try to avoid having to make a left-hand turn across like multiple lanes of traffic. For some reason, it just stresses me out. And yeah, I'm a very safe driver, I would say, but that just freaks me out.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Yeah, really didn't even mean to say that. For me, and I know this is it, and I know it's a problem, and I have to work on it. I get anxious when it comes to private messages and DMs, like on social media, like on Instagram and Facebook. And I don't know why. I don't like to be on my phone. I like to put it away and forget about it. So the moment I feel like I actually sit down and I read a message and I focus on it and I respond, I think, okay, that's taken care of. I can move on from my phone. I get, they already responded back. And I'm thinking, no, I'm gone now. I can't talk. Are you expecting me to talk right now? So, and then I get way too anxious and I think about it and I wait too long, and then it's a few hours and then it's a few days and it's a few weeks. So I can be really bad at getting back to people when it comes to messages. Work email, no problem.
Yeah.
That's work. I got to do it. But if it comes to just general talking on social media, I'm very bad at getting
same.
messages.
I could be way better. And by the way, Erin, for some reason, I'm the opposite of you. The doctor makes me really relaxed. Like, I get into this kind of state, like a chihuahua's eyes closing, like I just find it incredibly relaxing to be at the doctor's office. It's super weird.
She gets a lollipop and sticker after, that's why.
Oh my gosh, I wish. All right, so this is going to be so fun. All right, let us know what it is that most people can do without any issue at all, but it seems to be very stressful for you. Text us at 10400. We'll have a fun roundup at the end of the show.
The #1 morning show in Halifax. Turk, Megan, and Amateur Alex. And home to the biggest artists. Halifax's #1 hit music station. 101.3 Virgin Radio.
Welcome back. It's 6:52, and I'm curious to see how The Devil Wears Prada 2 did this weekend. So we're going to head over to Hollywood to take a look at your entertainment headlines.
You are here to help us through our current scandal.
The Devil Wears Prada 2 getting a chic start. The 20th Century Studios sequel brought in $77 million domestically in its opening weekend. That's almost triple the sales from the first film 20 years ago. Disney is the parent company of 20th Century Studios and ABC News.
I'm just getting started.
Michael is now the second highest grossing music biopic ever. The Michael Jackson film crossed the $400 million mark less than 10 days after its debut. Shakira drew in some 2 million people on Rio's Copacabana Beach. The Colombian superstar played a free concert Saturday night, similar to performances from Madonna in 2024 and Lady Gaga last year. It was in support of Shakira's world tour. And happy birthday to Lance Bass. The NSYNC singer turns 47 today. That's what's happening in Hollywood. Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New York.
That song is going to be in my head for the rest of the day. So good. But to get our minds off that, 3 decades can go by fast if you're having fun, especially for a long-standing volunteer at Brunswick Street Mission in Halifax.
As CTV's Emma Convey stopped by to learn her story and share her love of volunteering.
For more than 30 years, Cora Grant has called Brunswick Street Mission her second home. Whether she's folding clothes, stocking shelves, or greeting clients, volunteering is her passion.
Once upon a time, I was here every day, but I'm down to maybe twice a week now.
As a young girl, Grant's family relied on the mission's services. So for them to now rely on her, it's a full circle moment.
This place supported my mom and our family. So I promised my mom when I got a certain age, I would be given all my time here.
That's exactly what she did, helping out wherever she's needed. As part of the outreach team, Grant sorts clothing donations and keeps the food market looking fresh.
They call her Mama Cora for a reason. She is like the core of a lot of the work that happens here. She knows this place, she knows the people. Oftentimes she's looking for just some extra help just for the people in her own community.
3 years ago, they dedicated a spot in the food bank to her.
Just for treats and snacks and sort of the fun things that can be handed out through our food bank when we have it. And Cora, because she's been here for so long and been part of the community, we wanted to make it a special place honoring her.
And showing that food banks can be more than just the staples.
My own little spot. And I came in one day, and they had the picture, Cora's Corner. And I was so excited and happy. I thought, wow, I am a family here.
A family that serves 30 to 40 households a day, 40% of them unhoused. So people like Grant make all the difference.
I'll always be coming here as long as these old legs will let me.
Now with 10 grandchildren at home, she's busy. But this place will always be her second home. Emma Convey, CTV News, Halifax.
Making a big difference there. Happening now in local news, high winds and heavy rain impacting travel around the region. The Confederation Bridge has just reopened with restrictions after being closed for the last 3 hours. Plus, community came together in Stellarton, Nova Scotia over the weekend to mark the 1-year anniversary of the disappearance of Jack and Lily Sullivan. And also a gathering at Point Pleasant Park in Halifax Sunday to mark the 81st anniversary of the end of the Battle of the Atlantic. Those stories coming up at the top of the 7 o'clock hour. But first, it's a look at the 3-day forecast with Stephanie.
There's about a 30 to 60% chance of showers for any given area in New Brunswick today. We'll get up to a high around 14 degrees. Tuesday, plenty of sunshine, very mild too. 22 degrees will be the high, several degrees above seasonal for this time of year. Wednesday, a mix of sun and cloud with a high of 20, but we will see some showers in the evening, which will bring the temperature down heading into Thursday. For Nova Scotia, there's still those showers clearing across the region, though we will see the sunshine breaking through, high of 15 degrees. Tuesday, lots of sunshine here as well, high of 19, and we'll see a mix of sun and cloud into Wednesday, high of 17, with some showers developing through the evening as well. For Prince Edward Island, we'll see the showers and flurries clearing today. Then tomorrow, a mix of sun and cloud with a high of 21, and the sunshine will continue into Wednesday. We'll take a short break now on CTV Your Morning Atlantic. Stay with us.
It's Monday, May 4th. Today on Your Morning Atlantic, a somber anniversary. Vigil held 1 year to mark the disappearance of the Sullivan siblings. Your top news headlines in just a few moments.
And what's in your go bag? It's Emergency Preparedness Week, and we'll get tips on what to have on hand so that you can grab and go if you ever need to leave your home quickly. Those stories and so much more are coming up in this half hour of Your Morning Atlantic.
Good morning, and thanks for being with us on this Monday. It's just after 7 o'clock. And we have some nicer weather on the way, of course, dealing with a little bit of that mix today. But it has been a fairly cool spring so far. And I don't know if this happens with your dog or any dog owners out there. My dog will get snow nose in the winter, where it turns like slightly pink.
Oh.
And so what I've noticed now, she still has that slight tinge of pink in May. And it normally kind of like goes away, I think, a little bit earlier than this. So that's one of the indications for me that we've just been having this cooler weather so far.
Your dog's nose.
Little pink snow nose.
Cute little golden retriever. You know, let us know. Send us a text at 10400 if you have a dog that has snow nose.
Yes, I think that's what it's like anecdotally called. And hers just gets like a slight tinge where I don't know if anyone else would notice it, but we notice that the color changes. Some dogs, it goes like very pink in the winter, and then it goes back to black through the summertime. It's like a temperature thing.
Wow, that's so interesting. We have a black lab who loves the snow, so I was actually thinking when you said that, I'm like, oh yeah, he does put his face
she does that too.
right in the snow. And he comes out and it's just powder all over him. But I know we had a bit of snow overnight. Sounds like it's not going to stay, but wow. Looking forward to the warm temperatures because it's going to be a quick turnaround.
Yes, we're going to have some beautiful conditions Tuesday and Wednesday. Some showers returning later this week, even starting off the day here in McAdam. Looking beautiful with that blue sky. You can see some puddles, though, there from the showers that we have been dealing with across much of the region. It's a very wet and windy Sunday for many areas, and the system will continue pushing eastward this morning. Still seeing some showers, though, popping up through parts of eastern mainland Nova Scotia, and then that will move into Newfoundland and Labrador as the day goes on. Starting out the day right now in Halifax, it is 4 degrees. 2 right now in Fredericton, getting a little bit cooler as the morning goes on. 3 at this hour in Charlottetown, and 8 right now in St. John's. Those winds have been a little bit troubling this morning, and they have been on the gustier side, generally from the west, some gusts from the north as well. For this morning, we'll see those winds stay fairly strong through the day. Today, gusts at this hour reported between about 30 to 60, up to 72 at Canso and 89 at Sable Island. In terms of visibility, if you are getting ready to head out the door, very good conditions for much of Nova Scotia now and into New Brunswick. Still seeing some reduced visibility through parts of Cape Breton just with this weather system, and we'll be seeing some reduced visibility as well through much of Newfoundland and Labrador as the system continues to push east. That's a look at your forecast. Now we'll head over to Amanda for the news.
Thanks, Stephanie. And that is where we begin. Those high winds and some of the heavy rain impacting travel around the region. Taking a live look right now at the Confederation Bridge, which, as you can see, has just reopened within the past 10 minutes or so with restrictions to traffic. This was after being closed for the last 3 hours. Meantime, Northumberland Ferries has canceled some early morning crossings between PEI and Nova Scotia. And further north for North Sydney and Port aux Basques, Marine Atlantic has canceled morning crossings in both directions. Now, this weather also impacting power customers around the region. We're continuing to see these numbers creep up. In Nova Scotia, more than 2,700 customers are off the grid this hour. In PEI, more than 1,700 Maritime electric customers in Queen and Kings counties are without power. And in New Brunswick, 27 customers in the southeast are being impacted. Police in St. John are warning residents about an early morning prowler. Police say the suspect has been known to peek through ground level windows on certain streets. Those streets include Newport Crescent, Davenport Avenue, and Technology Drive. Police don't have a complete description of the suspect, but say he's been seen wearing dark clothing. Anyone with information is asked to contact St. John Police. People came together in Stellarton, Nova Scotia over the weekend to mark the 1-year anniversary of the disappearance of Jack and Lily Sullivan. The crowd of 30 gathered outside the local RCMP detachment for speeches and to place toys around a lighthouse, symbolizing the family's belief that children will still find their way home. Family members say they'd hoped by now there would be answers instead of an anniversary gathering.
It's hard to believe it's been a year and we know as much as we knew May 2nd, 2025.
There's nothing else I can do. So at least talking about them, getting other people to talk about them, that's what I can do.
For many, the grief has only deepened alongside growing frustration over the lack of answers. The crowd ended the vigil with a march through the streets. And the following day in Halifax, people gathered at Point Pleasant Park to mark the 81st anniversary of the end of the Battle of the Atlantic. CTV's Paul Dewitt was there.
British Prime Minister Winston Churchill described the Battle of the Atlantic as the dominant campaign of the war, and the corvette as his workhorse. Ship like Sackville, crewed largely by reservists, formed the backbone of Canada's ocean escort force, serving for a long period of time at sea under demanding conditions, often far from public view.
Well, I think this is really important to us in the Sackville and the Naval Memorial Trust, because our mission is to make sure that we honor the commitment and the work and suffering and sacrifice of those men and women who served during the war, and also let people realize what it was like for those people. Not so much the fact that the war was on, but just the day-to-day hard slogging that those people put up with during those 6 long years of the Battle of the Atlantic. They were crossing the North Atlantic, and not during the summer. They were doing it every time of the year. Those ships bounced like corks in the water. It would have been an extremely challenging life. We think experiences like this are important, both for us to remember and commemorate the sacrifice, but also it's a good opportunity to encourage younger people to study what went on. And there's a lot going on today that seems to be a repeat of history, and maybe we could learn something by looking back.
Well, thank you to Paul for that piece.
Absolutely. So we are continuing our Pay Your Bills contest today, and we have some great news for viewers. You may recall last week we had some technical issues on Thursday that kept people from entering the day's words. So today you actually get 2 chances to enter with 2 separate words. How exciting. All right, so wake up and win with CTV Your Morning. We could pay your bills with a massive $20,000. Imagine what you could do with that extra 20 grand. To enter, head to the contest page at ctvatlantic.ca or scan the QR code on your screen and enter the code word. So one code word is going to be jackpot. Enter that along with your information for your chance to win. The other word you're going to enter is money. So 2 chances today, jackpot and money. The Your Morning $20,000 Pay Your Bills contest. Today's code word, like I said, jackpot and money. Good luck.
Ooh, seeing double. All right, we're going to have another break here on Your Morning Atlantic. Still ahead this half hour, we'll have your national and international news headlines. But first, Stephanie has the full Monday forecast. Look at those clearing conditions in the region. Hopefully the winds will be dying down soon as well. More details right after this.
Welcome back to CTV Your Morning Atlantic. There's a live look this morning at St. John's where it is currently 7 degrees. Those clouds look a little gloomy to start the day. We'll see some showers popping up later on today in St. John's, but we should see that system clearing out as we head into the day. Tuesday, again, this system is moving fairly quickly across the region. Now we're seeing lots of clearing taking place through much of Nova Scotia and New Brunswick, still dealing with some shower activity through parts of eastern mainland Nova Scotia into Cape Breton, PEI as well. With the system too, just because the temperatures are a little bit on the cooler side, especially to start the day, we could see some snow mixing in there as well. We'll see more accumulation though for more higher terrain areas. As we head into the afternoon today, we'll see that clearing continuing to take place. There is about a 30 to 60% chance of showers for New Brunswick today, but otherwise we will see plenty of sunshine there. And then as we head into the evening hours, a chance of showers for parts of Nova Scotia. Though we will continue to see the system clearing as we head into the day. Tuesday starting off very early, tomorrow clear, and then we will see plenty of sunshine. That special weather statement that was still in effect for Nova Scotia has now ended, though we do still have a wind warning in effect for much of eastern mainland Nova Scotia into Cape Breton as well. We will see those winds begin to ease later this morning, but those gusts could reach 90 kilometers per hour. So just be cautious. And if you do have any materials outside of your home, just secure anything that is loose. In terms of the temperatures for today in New Brunswick, we'll see those highs between 14 and 16 degrees, a little bit cooler for more coastal areas, 11 to 12 degrees for Grand Manan and St. John. We will again see that sunshine breaking through, but still some showers are possible. For Prince Edward Island today, we'll see some rain. We could see some snow mixed in there as well with those cooler temperatures just to start the day. Eventually, though, getting up to highs between 13 and 14 degrees. Those winds from the west at 40, gusting up to 70. For Cape Breton and eastern mainland Nova Scotia today, we'll see those highs between 9 and 14 degrees. That system eventually clearing out as we head into the afternoon hours. Those winds on the gustier side here as well. For central and southwestern areas of Nova Scotia today, we'll see those highs between 11 and 16 degrees. Lots of sunshine for most areas here to start the day as well. We'll continue to see that system clearing out as we head into the afternoon hours. Winds from the west at 40, gusting up to 60. For Newfoundland and Labrador today, those highs in the range between 4 and 7 degrees. So again, we could be seeing some flurries mixing in with the system as it pushes more eastward here. We'll see that rain clearing, though, for much of Newfoundland today, and some rain and snow mix for Labrador. Time now to check on our campfire conditions, which are brought to you by Pine Acres RV, where customers become friends. For New Brunswick today, burning is allowed across the province. This is valid until 2 p.m. this afternoon, so things could change, especially with some milder and sunnier weather on the way into the rest of the week. For Nova Scotia as well, burning is only allowed today between 2 p.m. and 8 a.m. Again, these conditions may change come 2 p.m. this afternoon. Burning is not allowed, though, between 8 a.m. and 2 p.m. during wildfire season. And for Prince Edward Island today, burning is not allowed just in terms of Category 1 burning, but you are allowed to have campfires across the island for today. And during wildfire season, just make sure you always check on those fire bans and always check those municipal bylaws as well. Those are your campfire conditions for Monday. Now I'll head over to Amanda.
Thank you so much for that, Stephanie. Protecting kids from online harms is at the forefront of many discussions these days. Some parents have been pushing for new legislation to help enforce rules. While Australia implemented a world-first social media ban that other countries are now adopting, some Canadian parents are pushing back against the idea. CTV's Kamil Karamali explains why.
Time is up. Calls at a rally in Ottawa just days ago still echoing across the country for new online laws to protect kids. Countries like Australia already carrying out a full ban on social media, but some Canadian parents say that's not the answer. Do you think Canada should copy Australia's social media ban?
I would say no. Kids will find ways around it.
Carol Todd is the mother of Amanda Todd, a teen who took her own life after facing sexual extortion and a barrage of relentless cyberbullying. Her mother now believes a social media ban may do more harm than good.
There's a fear that kids will find other apps that may not be as popular to congregate in, and now as adults, we have no way to monitor or see that sphere.
And she's not alone in that view. Conservative MP Michelle Rempel-Garner arguing a ban could amount to unconstitutional censorship of protected speech. In Australia, a survey shows nearly 2/3 of teens have been able to bypass the ban, while government documents obtained by French news agency AFP show there has been no meaningful shift away from the platforms.
As we're seeing in Australia, they're using parents and older siblings' government-issued ID to bypass age verification. They're using virtual private networks to pretend that they're somewhere else.
But those in favor of the ban say it'll at least make it a bit harder for teens to access the apps.
The bans do cause that friction, so that impulse control, where it makes it harder for you just to jump on really quickly to the platforms.
With some parents asking for patience, saying it'll take time for a ban to work, especially if education and learning how to navigate the apps becomes part of the new legislation.
We need digital literacy at school. We need to start soon educating kids about the harms of this.
The Culture Minister's office tells CTV News no decisions have been made yet on a social media ban, but that they'll share details of a path forward soon.
CTV's Kamil Karamali reporting in Toronto. A quick break here on Your Morning Atlantic. When we return, details on Emergency Preparedness Week and what you should have in your go bag. That's coming up on the other side of this break. Please stay with us.
Welcome back. It is 7:21, and it is Emergency Preparedness Week, a chance for everyone to take a step back and ask themselves, am I prepared if an emergency hit today? Here to help us be prepared and know the risks is Mike Dickey and Erica Brooke from the Nova Scotia Department of Emergency Management. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Sure. Bright and early. We love it. Okay, so Mike, we'll start with you. Why would people need to have a to-go bag?
Well, so in this province, we obviously know emergencies all too well. Over the last number of years, we've had wildfires, floods, hurricanes. And when those emergencies hit, people of Nova Scotia, they may not have very much time to prepare to go. So having that done ahead of time is very important. In that stressful moment, that's not the time to be thinking about what I need to be putting in it, who all's in the house, do I have pets? So having that done ahead of time is very important for us.
Absolutely, especially if you're doing that head count and trying to get out the door.
Yep.
Erica, you brought a bag with you, so,
Yes.
so what do we have to have in that?
Okay, so the Go Bag is a lightweight, portable kit full of the supplies that you would need to meet your basic needs for about 72 hours. So we'll show you some of the things that we have in here. Okay, so first of all, a hygiene kit. And then within that, we have extras of any prescription medicine and our little cash stash of small bills here. Sometimes in an emergency, the power is out for extended periods of time, and having cash allows us to keep making purchases for essential goods. So in addition to that, of course, flashlight, extra batteries, extra battery bank. So this helps you keep your devices charged in case you're not able to access electricity, an extra power cord for the cell phone. And then we have a stash of clothes here, some seasonal clothes, of course. We don't want our winter stuff in our summer go bag.
Right.
So we have that, and then a safety blanket, stay cozy in case you have to leave the home.
Right.
And then getting to the bottom here, we have the first aid kit. Would you mind? Yes. And a stash of snacks. And of course, drinking water.
Right, of course, because that's one of the major concerns.
Absolutely.
So you mentioned cash, which is something I never have on me. Mike, what's one of the things people often forget to put in?
Oftentimes, really two things. The important documents, so your insurance documents, identification pieces in there. So obviously don't keep the originals in there, put your copies in there. And then one of the big things that gets forgotten is to update it. So you're making these for your children. If our children are all growing, it's no good to build one 2 years ago and then hand it to your child and say, here, put this on.
Right.
If it's not going to fit them.
Right, yeah, constantly updating. That's something that people really need to, especially seasonally, but like you said, as people grow. And Erica, why is it so important to just like be able to have all of this ready to go at a moment's notice?
In an emergency, it can be a very stressful and chaotic situation. So having everything that you need already in one place helps to reduce that stress and that confusion in a time when every moment counts. So being able to just grab that bag and go can help you focus on people you care about and the things that you need to do in order to stay safe and healthy.
Absolutely. We have about 30 seconds left. What can people do to prepare? What else can they do?
If we're looking outside of the Go Bag, within Nova Scotia, we have the NS Alert app. So we're all used to getting those loud alerts that come in. Those are great when you have access to like 5G internet.
Right.
But there's lots of places in the province where we don't have great cell service. So all Nova Scotians really should have access to the NS Alert app. That will allow it to work if they're on Wi-Fi or like 3G, just to get that important information.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much both for coming in today. We've linked that to our website as well, so we can make sure that you know what to have in your bag. But for now, we'll head over to Stephanie to check on the 3-day forecast for the next couple of days. Steph?
In New Brunswick today, we'll get up to a high of 14 degrees. There is about a 30 to 60% chance of showers for any given area today. We will see plenty of sunshine, though, for tomorrow, reaching a high of 22 degrees, well above seasonal for this time of year. Into Wednesday, a mix of sun and cloud, though we could see some showers through the evening, reaching a high of 20 degrees. For Nova Scotia, we will see those showers clearing as the day goes on, some sunshine popping through for most of the province today, high of 15 degrees. Tuesday, plenty of sunshine across Nova Scotia, reaching a high of 19. And then we will see a mix of sun and cloud for Wednesday, reaching a high of 17, but some showers moving in through the evening. And for Prince Edward Island, we'll see the mix of rain and snow clearing as the day goes on, reaching a high of 13. Plenty of sunshine, though, Tuesday into Wednesday with highs of 21. We'll take a short break now. Stay with us on CTV Your Morning Atlantic.
Coming up in this half hour, are you financially prepared for what might be next for our economy? Gas is going up, so same too with power rates. The basics of living getting more expensive by the day. We'll chat with a certified financial planner about planning for what could be around the corner. That's just ahead on the Monday edition of Your Morning Atlantic.
Good morning, Atlantic Canada. 7:31, 8:01 if you're in Newfoundland and parts of Labrador. And yeah, it was a really wet day yesterday, but I kind of love it because Sunday's my reset day.
Okay.
So to set myself up for success for the week, I like to do my grocery shopping and my meal prep, go to the gym, do the things. And like when it's nice out, I don't want to do any of those things, right? Like Saturday, I just wanted to be outside and enjoy the sunshine and live my best life. And then with the rain coming through, I was like, well, it's a good day to, I guess, get things done.
Do stuff inside,
Forced
right?
to be inside. Forced to be inside. Got all my laundry done too, so.
Oh, that's a win. Didn't hang it up on the line, though, to dry, did you?
No, because I don't think it would have gotten really dry.
Oh, use the dryer. But, you know, if you did on Saturday, oh, my gosh, it was like communities just came alive for the first time, seeing so many people out and about enjoying the nice weather.
I had a jacket on, and I was like, what am I?
Why do I need this?
The first day, I feel like I have like a lighter parka for this.
Yes.
Not this time of year normally. But Saturday felt like the first day I was like, I don't have to wear my parka anymore. No. I don't need to wear a toque anymore.
Blessed.
Gloves?
Oh.
Yeah.
Been wearing gloves way too long. But then look at this site at White Point on our South Shore.
Is there a bunny? Is that a bunny? White dot?
Possibly. Could be. They move really fast around there. Even if you have the bunny food, they know.
They know.
It's usually in the hands of a child.
Yeah. It does almost look like a summer day there, that blue
bunny!
sky.
Oh, yes! There it is! We got it. I knew it.
Good morning to the bunny in White Point, Nova Scotia. And all the little critters out there this morning. Hopefully the ones that are dealing with those showers this morning have found a little bit of shelter to start their day, but there will be lots of sunshine as we head through the rest of the week, at least for Tuesday and Wednesday. For today, though, still seeing some showers popping up through eastern mainland Nova Scotia into Cape Breton and PEI as well. The system will continue pushing east and pop over to Newfoundland and Labrador, bringing in some possible flurries there as well. Temperatures to start the day, 4 degrees in Halifax, 3 in Fredericton, 4 in Charlottetown, and 8 at this hour in St. John's. In terms of those winds, we have been seeing some gusty conditions across the region for today. The winds will stay fairly strong throughout the day today, eventually calming down as we head into the evening hours. Generally, the winds are from the west between about 20 to 40, up to 50 in some areas. Those gusts as well strong between about 30 up to 80 for some areas. That is where we are dealing with some wind warnings this morning. In terms of visibility, it's looking quite good through much of Nova Scotia and into New Brunswick this morning. Some reduced visibility through parts of Cape Breton, just with that system continuing to push through. And we are seeing some reduced visibility through parts of Newfoundland and Labrador as well this morning. So just something to keep in mind if you are getting ready to head out the door. That's a look at your forecast. Now we'll head over to Amanda for the news.
Thanks, Stephanie. We begin with the impact the weather is having around the region, especially when it comes to travel. Taking a live look right now at the Confederation Bridge, it has reopened to traffic with restrictions over the past 40 minutes. That's after being closed for the last 3 hours very early this morning. Northumberland Ferries has also canceled early morning crossings between PEI and Nova Scotia. And then further north between North Sydney and Port aux Basques, Marine Atlantic has canceled morning crossings in both directions due to high winds. Now, this weather also impacting power around the region. In Nova Scotia, the number continues to climb throughout the morning At this hour, more than 3,800 Nova Scotia Power customers are off the grid. In PEI, the number has dropped from 1,700 to 259 Maritime electric customers. And in New Brunswick, the number has increased slightly to 36 customers being impacted by outages. It's now been a decade since wildfires ripped through Fort McMurray. A Cape Breton man who lived through that 2016 disaster says after last summer's record drought conditions here in the Maritimes, people need to take wildfire warnings seriously if a similar dry spell were to happen again. Here is CTV's Ryan McDonald.
It's been 10 years since the wildfires that devastated Fort McMurray, a town that plenty of Maritimers called home then and still do now.
It was literal hell on earth. I was there with my brother Cody.
Rick Chizenko still remembers the towering flames in the side of the highway as he drove out of town and the devastation he saw when he returned.
When you went back, there's like neighborhoods that were flattened. Like it looked like a war zone in a lot of places because places were burnt right to the ground.
I think the last count was 56.
That's roughly how many grass fires the North Sydney Volunteer Fire Department has responded to already this spring, even after last year's historically dry summer and the wildfire concerns that came with it.
If that's happening this early, then that's a bad indication, I guess, for a bad woods fire season a little bit later in the year.
Still, Chief Lloyd McIntosh says when burn bans are in place, most people follow the rules, including the one that prohibits open-air fires in urban areas of Cape Breton Regional Municipality.
Those are the bylaws as written, and we have to ask people to not burn. And once we inform people of the bylaw that you're not allowed to burn in the former towns and cities, people are very accommodating.
If Nova Scotia were to have another summer with high wildfire risk like last year, Chizenko wants people to keep in mind that they wouldn't want to experience what he and others did 10 years ago in Fort McMurray.
People have to use the brains that are in our heads and really think about what we do because in an instant, all of our lives could change.
McIntosh adds that all of the forest deadwood left over from Fiona more than 3 years ago remains a concern during wildfire season. Ryan McDonald, CTV News, Sydney.
Thank you, Ryan. Community came together in Stellarton, Nova Scotia over the weekend to mark the one-year anniversary of the disappearance of Jack and Lily Sullivan. The crowd of 30 gathered outside the local RCMP detachment for speeches and to place toys around a lighthouse, symbolizing the family's belief that children will still find their way home. Family members hoped by now there would be answers instead of an anniversary gathering.
It's hard to believe it's been a year and we know as much as we knew May 2nd, 2025.
There's nothing else I can do. So at least talking about them, getting other people to talk about them, that's what I can do.
For many, the grief has only deepened alongside growing frustration over the lack of answers. The crowd ended the vigil with a march through the streets. Someone living on Prince Edward Island might be having a better Monday than most people. Atlantic Lottery says a lot of Max tickets sold on Friday is worth $1 million. The ticket was purchased in Montague, so if you haven't checked your ticket yet, you may want to do so. Well, you could say this community cleanup took a lot of teamwork. On Saturday, the Sackville Wolves lacrosse team traded their sticks for pigs. 50 players and family members took advantage of Saturday's sunshine and participated in a community cleanup around the Sackville Community Arena. Now, it took only about 2 hours to fill up 32 large garbage bags. Wow. That says something. Good on that team for getting together.
Like you said, teamwork makes the dream work.
Using those strong backs to bend over and pick up all that litter.
Luckily, they weren't doing any trick shots with those.
You know what? Maybe they were.
Maybe they were?
Yeah, but really good initiative right now.
Good thing it was Saturday, too.
Yes.
Yes.
That made the weather perfect. Plus, you know, it gave them extra motivation to stay awake a little bit later because Saturday night, the Halifax Thunderbirds played against the Georgia Swarm. And yes, all eyes were on Georgia as the Thunderbirds entered the semifinals against the top seed left in the league. So the lowest seed entering the playoffs have been dominant so far. The Halifax Thunderbirds went into Georgia and disrupted the peace, coming away with a 12-7 victory over the hometown Swarm on the backs of Jason Knox, who had 4 goals, and of course, Clark Pedersen, who had 7 assists and 9 points for Halifax. Warren Hill made 35 saves, while Halifax boasted 53 shots on Georgia. So game 2 of the 3-game series goes this Saturday at the Nest.
So exciting.
So exciting. So there's your first, or I guess second sports update of the weekend.
And we have more to come too.
Always more to come.
All right, we want to remind you of our Move Morning Chat question today. We're asking, what's something that seems totally normal for most people, but completely stresses you out? Send us a text at 10400. We want to share your answers. You said you have one, Brie?
I finally have one, yeah.
What was the one you were thinking of?
Being late.
Being late. You're never late. You're never late. You're early.
Always early.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate being late.
That stresses me out more than anything. Like, I would rather be half an hour early than 5 minutes late.
Wow. This is true.
Yes. No, I know. I was like, okay, what? At first I was like, parking, you know, when you go somewhere new and you have to park, usually it's like looking at the parking situation. But as Brianna and I were chatting, she's been with me when this has happened several times now.
Yeah.
When someone sees a deer on the side of the road, you might go, oh, how nice, how beautiful, nature.
Yes.
When I see a deer on the side of the road, I go, you're trying to kill me. Oh, I was in a crash over a decade ago now where a deer hit my car. So every time now I see a deer, as gorgeous as they are, I'm like white knuckling the steering wheel. It is horrifying.
I have a video of us driving past like 15. We were in the car together, and she was like, deer, and I was like, are you so pretty? Like, are you nervous? Are you super nervous?
Oh my gosh, yeah, no kidding. If you've been in a collision one, absolutely.
Yes. So yeah, we want to know what stresses you out.
Wow. Okay, I'm going to give you a warning about my route because I see 3 deer almost like every morning.
I will not take that route.
Okay, a break here on Your Morning Atlantic. We'll be right back as Stephanie will have the latest forecasts for you. Plus, we're going to be talking about ways to keep a close eye on your income and keeping those savings going in a time when we are paying more for, well, just about everything.
Welcome back to CTV Your Morning Atlantic. It looks like a serene start to the day in Bedeck, Nova Scotia, though it is on the cooler side, sitting at 3 degrees at this hour. We will see the temperature climb up into the double digits as the day goes on, though, with some nicer weather on the way for Tuesday and Wednesday. But for today, we have to get through some showers, some windy conditions for much of the region. The system is continuing to push east as we head through the morning hours, clearing so far for much of Nova Scotia and New Brunswick. It will continue pushing east as we head into the afternoon. There is about a 30 to 60% chance of showers for much of New Brunswick today, and as we head later into the evening hours as well, the system continuing to clear. Chance of showers this evening for parts of Nova Scotia into PEI as well, and the showers and flurries will continue popping up through Newfoundland and Labrador through the evening. As we start the day very early tomorrow morning, very clear around the region to start, and then that will make way for a very sunny day. As mentioned, we have been dealing with some very strong winds for much of Atlantic Canada this morning. We do have a wind warning in effect for parts of eastern mainland Nova Scotia and into Cape Breton. The winds will eventually ease later this morning, but we could see gusts up to 90 kilometers per hour during this time. As for those temperatures, today will reach highs between about 12 to 16 degrees for New Brunswick, a little cooler along the coastline, 11 for Grand Manan, 12 for St. John. The sunshine will break through today, though. Again, there is that chance of some showers. For PEI today, we'll see some showers, some flurries possibly mixed in there just with those cooler temperatures to start out, reaching highs between 13 and 14 degrees. Winds from the west at 40, gusting up to 70, so certainly on the gustier side as well. For Cape Breton and eastern mainland Nova Scotia today, highs between 9 and 14 degrees. That rain and snow will clear as the day goes on. We'll see those winds between 40 and 60 kilometers per hour. As for central and southwestern areas of Nova Scotia today, highs generally between about 13 to 16 degrees, a little bit cooler for Yarmouth today. 11 degrees will be the high there. Plenty of sunshine as well, with that system continuing to push east. For Newfoundland and Labrador, we'll see those highs in the range between 4 and 7 degrees. That rain will continue clearing, though. Through Newfoundland for today, we could see some flurries popping up, though, through parts of Corner Brook. And for Labrador, we'll see that rain-snow mix as the day goes on. That will linger through much of the day, and just because of those temperatures as well, we could see those flurries mixed in as well. We could see a little bit of accumulation, which isn't too uncommon there for this time of year, but certainly never a welcome sight this early in May. But those temperatures, again, a little on the cooler side for today. Let's look at your forecast. Now we'll head over to Brianne.
Thanks, Stephanie. With gas prices and a hike in power coming, we need to take a serious look on how we're spending our money. So what better way than to check in on our finances heading into May than with a certified financial planner, Ava Kochanoff. Good morning, Ava.
Good morning, Brianne. Nice to be here.
Nice to have you here, as always. All right, so what are Canadians most concerned about right now?
Everything that you just mentioned, right? It's really the basics. It's the cost of groceries, the gas prices, we can't ignore that. And then it's just the day-to-day living, because when you have to deal with those increased prices, then everything else is strapped, right?
Right.
And we're really noticing in my work the gap between people who are saving and the folks that when an emergency comes along that don't have an emergency buffer, that the struggle is real.
Right. So you don't feel that Canadians are prepared for that uncertainty?
I feel like that there's this gap growing between people who are savers and the folks that kind of do that reaction piece. And so that is kind of widening as we go along with the times right now.
What does being financially prepared actually look like right now?
You know what? It's about having a bit of a buffer. So what we say in our industry is about 3 months of cash flow. Right. If you could do that for yourself, that would be great. I know for some people, when they hear me say that, that sounds like overwhelming. But even if you just start with saving $25 a month, I know that doesn't sound like much, but it's the start of.
Right. Absolutely, just to get that ball rolling.
Absolutely, it's building that habit, right? It's that habit of saving. Most of us never get the education of how to take care of your money. And so then if you think about who teaches you how to save your money and make good choices that way, even smaller amount. So it's about learning the habit of saving.
Like instead of going out and buying a coffee every morning, make coffee at home. And that way you're saving that $25 in a week.
You know what? When you start thinking about that red cup or the other green cup that might get spent on, people spend on average in a month about $300 on just that red cup.
Wow.
Yeah. It adds up.
Yeah.
And so then you do that 300 times 12 months, right? So that's a lot of money that could be saved for something more important.
Those are some of the steps. What other steps can Canadians take right now?
You know what? I know this sounds ridiculous, but it's that thing of wait 24 hours. So you might really feel like you deserve it.
Are you speaking to my soul right now?
Well, you know, it's that change in season and people are like, okay, I want some fresh new clothes. It's summertime's coming. And so what I always say is go in your closet first. And people are like, I don't want to do that. But it's that delaying that instant gratification, so that 24-hour window. So if you're somebody that scrolls in the middle of the night and you go on Shein or you go on, right? If Timu's your friend, stop doing that. If I'm speaking to you, Brianne. And so the 24-hour rule is just wait, pause, and ask yourself, do I really need it? And so sometimes keeping your phone away from yourself at night or making it a little extra harder to do that impulse shopping can really help you in the end.
I mean, these are great tips, both of those. What's another simple step that Canadians could take if they're feeling overwhelmed right now?
I know it sounds ridiculous, but if you open your fridge and you look at how much money goes in the garbage because it was spoiled, that is another one. Like, we waste so much money in those kind of perishable things that it would actually make you find the $25 a month, the $50 a month that you can then save, right?
Yeah, no, you're literally hitting all the marks with me right now that I'm just like, oh, okay, well, I guess we need to strap that on. So thank you so much for all of this advice. Yeah. We appreciate it.
Absolutely.
We've linked you to our website as always. Such fantastic advice. For now, we'll throw things over to medical and health news with Amanda.
Thank you so much, ladies. Various children's products are being recalled due to choking and flammability hazards. It's one of the topics in Your Health.
3 are for children's clothing items that may pose a burn risk to children. That includes Nebulous Star brand children's dressing gowns and ponchos in various models. There were also recalls for a red robe and pink nightgown from the brand Suri Mini. The government agency says loose-fitting kids' sleepwear can come into contact with ignition sources such as stoves or candles. As of last week, there had been no reports of incidents or injuries. There are also 2 recalls for children's toys due to choking and injury hazards. That includes all Stefan baby-branded Boo Bunny and Friends children's toys. The toys have a small, removable, water-filled plastic cube that can be chilled for comfort, but the notice says that cube may break, posing injury or choking hazards. Also recalled is the children's stuffed animal from Build-A-Bear Workshop, Heartwarming Hugs Bear 2. It has a zipper on the side, and Health Canada says the slider may detach at the neck seam, creating a small parts hazard. Finally, scrolling on your phone while sitting on the toilet might be doing more harm than you think. The American Gastro Association is issuing new guidance that calls for less phone time in the restroom to avoid hemorrhoids. Studies show sitting on the toilet for too long increases your risk. The group is advising to either avoid bringing your phone to the bathroom or setting a timer for 5 minutes to get up. The new guidelines also emphasizes getting the recommended daily amount of fiber to prevent constipation.
We actually have no milestones to pass along today.
But if you'd like to see previous aired milestones or find out how to submit one, visit our website by scanning the QR code on your screen. And a reminder that milestones must be received 2 weeks in advance.
A mother and daughter have turned their love of baking into a colorful venture.
Yeah, something that you actually got to go pay a visit to. A pink shed offering treats that taste as good as they look.
If you've driven through Brookside, Nova Scotia recently, you may have noticed a pink shed has popped up.
It was way busier than I anticipated. We sold out in an hour and 25 minutes, I think.
Simply Sweet and Savory, a home-based bakery run by a mother-daughter duo, recently expanded.
She really wanted to get it done for opening day, so my brothers-in-law, my sisters, my dad, even just some family friends came by and helped build the shed and paint the shed.
Beth Radford and her mother Sharon have always loved to bake. It's something that brought them even closer together when they were both dealing with health issues.
We found that baking really helped us when we felt the need to do something. And I already bake when I'm anxious, so it just felt natural, and she taught me to bake. So I don't know, it fit together, and slowly we've been doing more markets because it gives us something to look forward to.
For Radford, this venture is also about community.
People were walking down with their dogs and their kids, and you could see like people recognizing each other in the community. It was the most wholesome thing.
The shed is first come, first serve, but people can also pre-order if they want to guarantee they'll get their favorite treat.
We're really excited about our Pop-Tarts as well. We finally got a dough that we're really happy with and is really flaky.
The two have big hopes for the future.
We do still have the dream of opening a cafe one day and a place where the community can hang out around each other and, you know, get to know other locals.
And just quickly there, the Pink Shed had to close early yesterday because of the rainy weather. So they are actually open today if you want to stop by and get any tasty treats.
Like the lemon one. Get the lemon one.
Yes, the lemon was a hit in the office last week. As for that 3-day forecast, New Brunswick today getting up to a high of 14 degrees. We'll see generally a mix of sun and cloud tomorrow. 22 will be the high with plenty of sunshine. Wednesday, a mix of sun and cloud, high of 20, though the rain will be moving in through the evening hours. For Nova Scotia, we'll see that mix of sun and cloud for most areas today. Those showers clearing out as the day continues. We'll reach a high of 15 degrees tomorrow. Lots of sunshine, high of 19. Wednesday, a mix of sun and cloud, high of 17 with some showers moving in through the evening. And for Prince Edward Island, we'll see that mix of rain and snow today, high of 13, but gorgeous weather Tuesday, Wednesday, lots of sunshine with a high of 21. Stay with us. CTV Your Morning will be right back.
It's Monday, May 4th. Today on Your Morning Atlantic, a somber anniversary of Vigil is held to mark 1 year since the disappearance of the Sullivan siblings. One of the stories in your top news headlines in just a few moments.
And gifts from the heart that mom will love. Our friend and partner Denise Wild is back with some thoughtful gift ideas for all mom figures in your life. That's later in this half hour.
It's 8:01, May 4th. Thank you for joining us. You know what's another sign that Mother's Day is fast approaching? I find this is a sign that anything is fast approaching. The expiration date on your milk.
Oh, yeah?
Yes. If you purchase dairy milk, I find that if you get it and it is towards a certain date, I think, okay, it's coming up quick. Whether it's like Mother's Day, maybe even Christmas, Halloween. If I've got something on the calendar, it's always my reminder.
I don't drink dairy milk, so I don't know.
Other, even like almond and like oat, they all have expiry dates.
Yeah, but they're like way later, I feel, right?
Maybe you have something so exciting happening 3 months from now.
Yeah, exactly. And if you only opened it, then you got a week.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think, for the oat milk.
I feel the same though about like the expiration.
You do
dates.
too?
Like, okay, yeah, like, oh, this is coming up. Oh, it expires like Victoria Day.
Yes, I have one. It's like May 16th, right? Yeah, Victoria Day long weekend. So I'm thinking, wow, that's going to be here before you know it.
Yeah, that one always confuses me because I'm always like, yes, I know that May long weekend is the third weekend of May every single year. But then sometimes the fourth weekend of May is the 24th. I'm like, but why? Why can't it just, why are we doing this? To confuse me? I don't know.
Yes.
Keep you on your toes.
Just for you.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
Well, hopefully
that was beautiful, though.
Yes, and hopefully by the May long weekend, we have some very nice weather instead of kind of the conditions that we've been seeing today, except in Somerville today. Beautiful blue sky. It almost looks like it could be a summer day there as well. We were seeing those showers building Sunday, but as that system keeps moving, it is clearing for many areas. So likely you will see sunshine at some point today, depending on where you are. It's just some showers still lingering. As for those current temperatures, 4 degrees in Halifax, 3 in Fredericton, 4 in Charlottetown, and 8 right now in St. John's. And we have been dealing with those very gusty winds today, causing some trouble this morning. At this hour, we're seeing the winds between about 20 to 40 kilometers per hour, a little bit stronger in Canso, Sydney, and Sable Island. Those gusts, though, reported a little bit stronger, though, between about 30 to 60, up to 81 in Canso, 85 in Sydney, and 83 in Sable Island. We do still have some wind warnings in effect. I'll have more details on that coming up in the full forecast. As for that visibility, if you are getting ready to head out the door to go to work or to school for today, fairly good visibility for much of Nova Scotia now, New Brunswick as well. Still some reduced conditions through parts of Cape Breton and into parts of Newfoundland and Labrador. That's a look at your forecast. Now we'll head over to Amanda for the news.
Thank you, Stephanie. And those high winds impacting some travel around the region. Let's take a live look now at the Confederation Bridge. It reopened with restrictions to traffic just before 7 a.m. This was after it was closed for about 3 hours. Also on the water, Northumberland Ferries has canceled early morning crossings between PEI and Nova Scotia. And for another ferry, the one between North Sydney and Port aux Basques, Maritime Atlantic has canceled morning crossings in both directions. Those high winds also impacting power customers. We've been seeing these numbers fluctuate throughout the morning. Here's where they stand right now. The number continues to climb in Nova Scotia. More than 3,800 Nova Scotia power customers are off the grid. In PEI, the number has dropped from 1,700 earlier this morning. Now it stands at 466. This is for Maritime electric customers. And in New Brunswick, the number of outages for MB power customers has increased now up to 124. Police in St. John are warning residents about an early morning prowler. Police say the suspect has been known to peek through ground-level windows on certain streets. Those streets include Newport Crescent, Davenport Avenue, and Technology Drive. Police don't have a complete description of the suspect, but they say he was seen wearing dark clothing. Anyone with information is asked to contact police. Nova Scotians are demanding answers about the disappearance of 2 young children 1 year ago. Dozens gathered over the weekend to grieve and support one another while calling for action from the RCMP. CTV's Hafsa Arif reports.
A year later, the space outside the Stellarton RCMP detachment is filled once again, with toys placed on the grass and signs reminding everyone gathered here of the same promise. Jack and Lily will not be forgotten.
It's a hard day. It's a hard day of not having answers.
Among the toys placed is a lighthouse, symbolizing the family's belief the children will still find their way home.
It's hard to believe it's been a year and we know as much as we knew May 2nd, 2025.
Family members hoped by now there would be answers instead of an anniversary gathering. Roughly 30 people attended, listening to speeches and embracing loved ones.
It's not a normal thing for two little ones to disappear off the face of this earth.
For many, the grief has only deepened alongside growing frustration over the lack of answers.
I think the online community has been quite toxic in providing misinformation and leads that are wasting the major crimes time.
Still, people continue traveling from across the country to help keep attention on the case.
There's a very heavy sadness amongst this community. Everyone wants the kids found.
And while the vigil may have returned, families and friends here say so has the determination to keep searching.
We got to push for answers. We got to push for accountability.
As the crowd ended the vigil with a march through the streets, the children's toys remained outside the detachment, a reminder that 1 year later, Jack and Lily are still missing. Hafsa Arif, CTV News, Stellarton.
Thank you, Hafsa. It's also now been a decade since wildfires ripped through Fort McMurray. A Cape Breton man who lived through that 2016 disaster says after last summer's record drought conditions here in the Maritimes, people need to take wildfire warnings seriously if a similar dry spell were to happen again.
It was literal hell on earth. I was there with my brother Cody. People have to use the brains that are in their head and really think about what we do. Because in an instant, all of our lives could change.
Meantime, the North Sydney Volunteer Fire Department says it's already responded to 56 grass fires this spring. Some entertainment news now. With K-pop boy band BTS back on the world stage, fans in Mexico are eagerly awaiting their upcoming concert in Mexico City. Fans can be seen gathering, performing dances, and celebrating with each other. BTS is scheduled to perform in Mexico City for several shows starting on May 7th. BTS, they're back.
Look at huge crowds, I'm sure.
Yes. Huge crowds. Yeah, I wonder if there's anyone from around here who's going to be traveling to see that show.
You never know.
You never know.
Let us know.
This could help you, though, if you did want to travel to see that. We are continuing our Pay Your Bills contest today, and we have some great news for viewers. You may recall that last Thursday we did have some issues that kept people from entering the day's word. So today you actually have 2 chances to enter with 2 separate words. So,
see and double.
See and double. Wake up and win with CTV Your Morning. We could pay your bills with a massive $20,000. Imagine what you could do with that extra 20 grand. Like, go see BTS. To enter, head to the contest page at ctvatlantic.ca or scan the QR code on your screen and enter the code word jackpot along with your information for a chance to win. So jackpot is one of the words, but we're also giving you the word money. So you have 2 entries for today, jackpot and money, the Your Morning $20,000 Pay Your Bills contest. Today, like I said, those 2 code words, jackpot and money. Best of luck to you.
All right, and still ahead this half hour, our friend and DIY contributor Denise Wild will join us with gifts from the heart we know your mom will love. And also after the break, the latest look at the Monday forecast with Stephanie. Here's a live look at Uptown St. John. Looking very nice and sunny and warm there. The waterfront, lots of development happening there at Fundy Key. We'll have the forecast right after this.
Welcome back to CTV Your Morning Atlantic. Here's a live look at Somerville this morning, and it won't be long until it truly is beach weather. It certainly looks like it is out there with that gorgeous blue sky right now. We will be seeing some warmer temperatures as we head through the week. We'll see lots of those double-digit temperatures tomorrow into Wednesday as well before the next round of showers returns later on this week. As for today, we have been seeing this low pressure system moving across much of the region today. It will continue to clear out as we head through the afternoon. Already seeing that clearing taking place through much of Nova Scotia and New Brunswick. The system will continue pushing, lingering through parts of Cape Breton and eastern mainland Nova Scotia, as well as Newfoundland and Labrador. We could see some flurries mixed into the system as well, just with those temperatures closer to the freezing mark. As we head into the later evening hours, seeing lots of clearing taking place. However, there is a chance of some showers for parts of the Maritime region through the evening. But then early on tomorrow, starting off very early with those clear skies overhead, and that will make way for a very sunny day for Tuesday. We do still have a wind warning in effect for much of eastern mainland Nova Scotia and parts of Cape Breton. The winds will begin to ease later this morning, but until then, we could see gusts up to 90 kilometers per hour. So just be mindful if you are doing any traveling this morning. As for temperatures today, we'll see highs between about 14 to 16 degrees in New Brunswick. A little bit cooler, though, for more coastal areas. 11 in Grand Manan, at 12 in St. John today. Those winds from the west at 30, gusting up to 50. Again, we'll see generally a mix of sun and cloud, though, about a 30 to 60% chance of showers for New Brunswick. For PEI today, we'll see some lingering showers, some flurries possibly mixed in there as well. Those highs between 13 and 14 degrees today. Those winds on the gustier side here, too, from the west at 40, gusting up to 70. For Cape Breton and eastern mainland Nova Scotia, today we'll see those highs in the range between 9 to 14 degrees, so not too far off the mark of seasonal for this time of year, with that rain and snow mix clearing as we head through the day. For central and southwestern areas of Nova Scotia, today we'll see highs between about 13 to 16 degrees. A little bit cooler for Yarmouth today, high around 11. Again, fairly seasonal for this time of year, with some milder conditions on the way for tomorrow. And those winds today from the west at 40, gusting up to 60. For Newfoundland and Labrador today, we'll see those highs a little bit on the cooler side, between 4 degrees up to 8 degrees. We'll see those showers clearing for much of Newfoundland today as the system continues pushing. However, we will see some lingering showers and some lingering snow developing for Labrador today. We could see some accumulation too in those more higher terrain areas, so just something to keep in mind if you are doing any traveling there as well. We could see some slick conditions on some roadways. That's a look at your forecast, and we'll head over to Amanda with the news.
Thank you, Stephanie. A dramatic Sunday night on the ice and hard court for fans of two Canadian teams with two very different outcomes. It was heartbreak for the Raptors, but jubilation for Habs fans. For more on this, let's bring in CTV's Scott Hurst. Scott, let's start with the good. The only Canadian team left in the playoffs, the Montreal Canadiens, they are keeping their season alive.
Good morning, Amanda. Habs fans there in the Atlantic region, no doubt feeling pretty good this morning, knowing that their team is moving on to the second round. Montreal really stole that Game 7 on the road in Tampa Bay to keep their season alive, moving on to round 2. And it wasn't pretty, but of course it never matters how you win, particularly in the playoffs. In fact, the Habs failed to put a shot on goal in the entire second period. The first time in franchise history the Canadiens failed to register a shot on goal in a playoff period. Yet, you know, a hot start by a young goalie, but the Habs kept them in the game. Montreal Canadiens now moving on to the second round. They'll face the Buffalo Sabres, who eliminated Boston in 6 games. Game 1 is in Buffalo on Wednesday night. Now, Montreal is the only Canadian team left in the Stanley Cup playoffs after both Edmonton and Ottawa were eliminated in the first round. So the dream of finally getting the Stanley Cup back home to Canada, Amanda, is still alive, thanks to the Montreal Canadiens.
Wow, not much rest, too, with that game being on Wednesday. Okay, you brought us up. We're going to bring us down. Canadian basketball fans, disappointed with the Raptors. That's a tough Game 7. Tell us about that, Scott.
Yeah, and this is heartbreak for me. I'm a really big Toronto Raptors fan, but they pushed the Cleveland Cavaliers to the brink to 7 games in a series where many thought the Cavaliers would win it in 4 or 5, potentially 6, definitely not 7 games. It was a lopsided win for the Cavs, who at one point were up big and ended up winning the game 114 to 102. The Raptors, however, without 2 starters, including Emmanuel Quickley, who missed the entire series, and Brandon Ingram, who missed the last 2 games with a heel injury. disappointing end to the season, of course, but even for some of the players and coach Darko Rajakovic already commenting on the success of the season, calling it somewhat of a coming out party for this young Raptors team. As I mentioned, considering coming into this series, no one gave them much of a chance, and coming into this season, not many of the analysts gave them much of a chance to potentially even make the playoffs. So definitely big strides for this young Raptors team. Now, for Canadian basketball fans as a whole, defending champions Oklahoma City Thunder, led by reigning MVP and Hamilton's own Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, they're still alive, playing the Los Angeles Lakers in round 2, Amanda.
Okay, we'll keep an eye on that. Scott, thank you so much, and sorry for your loss.
Thanks so much. Have a great day.
You too. CTV Scott Hurst reporting live for us from our national newsroom in Toronto. A quick break here on Your Morning Atlantic. When we return, Denise Wild will join us with Mother's Day gift ideas. That will be here before you know it. That's on the other side of this break. Please stay with us.
Move Mornings with Aaron and Peter. Weekday mornings on Move 100. The most fun in the morning. And home of the $1,000 minute. Only on Move 100 Halifax.
Welcome back. It is 8:22 and Mother's Day is Sunday, and there is still time to find a gift for the mother figures in your life that they will love, especially if those gifts are chosen or even handmade with love. And here with Mother's Day gifts that truly matter is our partner and lifestyle contributor, Denise Wild. Good morning, Denise.
Good morning. Yes, Mother's Day is coming around the corner, and we still have time to pick her up something or make her something, whatever your heart desires.
I love it. Okay, so let's begin with your first suggestion, a curated collection.
Yes, exactly. I love a gift basket, so let's make her a boutique-style basket filled with things that she will love, practical items, things that she can pamper herself with. This is all from Giant Tiger. They always have great gifts for mom, whether it's home decor, bathroom and beauty essentials, even matching mommy and me pajama sets. That's my mom. They make it easy to find something special for mom. And of course, they have low prices that Canadians trust. You can find all of this stuff at your local Giant Tiger or online at gianttiger.com. Okay, this is one of my favorites that she's showing right now. It's a little chaise, and inside, when you fold it up, it's actually a little jewelry holder. So my daughter is actually eyeing that one as well. And of course, this amazing beauty organizer where you can put all of your incredible beauty finds.
Oh my gosh, I love it so much. Her reaction was so fantastic for that one too. Definitely putting that on the list.
Even the couch.
I love it.
The couches, put your jewelry inside.
It's so cute. Okay, but your next idea, giving mom the night off, I can't think of anyone who'd say no to that.
Exactly. Okay, so moms have worked their whole lives for others. Let's give them a practical gift that makes her life easier. This is Heart to Home Meals. It's a Canadian service that delivers chef-crafted, nutritious meals right to the door for seniors. Their drivers even come inside, help stock the freezer, check in on customers. It's truly Heart to Home. Best part, there's no subscription. You don't need to make a commitment. It's about making life easier for seniors, easing that load on caregivers. There are over 200 meal options, all developed by chefs and dietitians. You're making mom's life easier way past Mother's Day. You can visit hearttohomemeals.ca.
Oh my gosh, and looks delicious.
Right, yes, they are. I've tested lots of them.
I love it. Many moms treasure a homemade gift, and your suggestion is also useful.
Absolutely. So I always love a mug, whether you're, drinking your coffee or tea or just putting things in it. So what you can do is take an oil-based marker or oil-based paint, and you can decorate that mug for mom. So you can do like a nice little graphic design on it, or you can give them to kids and let them paint and go crazy and go creative. You can even cover it with stickers. I have the words mom on this one, the letters mom, spelling out mom. Have the kids paint over it. You're using oil-based paint or oil-based marker. Then when you peel off the sticker, you have the letters revealed. You just have to follow the instructions for how to bake it and set it, and then it becomes dishwasher safe.
Amazing. Okay, we have about 20 seconds left here. You have one last gift idea that's made with love.
Yes, so let's do a little keepsake. Your kids' hands, cut out their handprint and turn that into a little fun character animal. using googly eyes, using pom-poms, whatever you've got, decorate it up. You can turn them into a flamingo, into a butterfly, but then you have this keepsake handprint. And of course, the little ones, they grow up so fast. So just having that, you can decorate your fridge with it, but then you can later put it in the memory bin and remember how small they once were.
Oh my gosh, these are such fantastic ideas. I love it so much. Thank you so much, Denise, and happy Mother's Day to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Happy Mother's Day, everyone.
Awesome. And now we'll turn our attention to Stephanie in the Weather Center.
Taking a look at our 3-day forecast for New Brunswick today, we'll get up to a high around 14 degrees. There is a slight chance of showers, but otherwise we'll see a mix of sun and cloud for today. Tuesday, getting into the 20s, high of 22 with plenty of sunshine. Wednesday as well, 20 degrees is the high with a mix of sun and cloud. We will see some rain developing through the evening hours. For Nova Scotia, we'll see that rain clearing as the day goes on. We'll see sunshine for many areas today, reaching that high around 15 degrees. Tomorrow, though, plenty of sunshine, high around 19. A little bit cooler, though, for more coastal areas. And for Wednesday, mix of sun and cloud, a high of 17 degrees with those showers developing through the evening as well. For Prince Edward Island, we'll see a mix of rain and snow clearing as the day goes on. High today of 13 degrees. Then for Tuesday and Wednesday, plenty of sunshine, highs of 21 degrees. We'll take a short break now on CTV Your Morning Atlantic. Stay with us.
Still ahead this morning, a little baby horse that fits in your lap. Brienne takes us along on her visit to Sunshine Acres, where the smiles are as big and the horses, well, they're small. That's in about 15 minutes here on Your Morning Atlantic.
Thanks for being with us on this Monday, May 4th. A little bit messy for some areas to start the day, but lots of sunshine, and we have a very sunny week ahead, at least for the first half of the week. But really, once I saw that little horse, every thought went out of my head, and I cannot wait to see more of your visit at the ranch.
Baby Milo.
He's so cute. If there's anything, baby animals will brighten your day.
Especially a miniature baby animal.
Yeah.
Yes.
He did like to bite. Gosh. He's teething right now.
Oh, he did like to bite.
So sweet. Well, we have some good weather to go stop by some farms around the region as we head into the week. The animals will hopefully be active too. Here's a live look in Halifax right now. Traffic building a little bit there and some clearer conditions than certainly what we saw driving in very early this morning. Still dealing with those showers through the overnight hours. We'll still be seeing those showers though building through parts of eastern mainland Nova Scotia and to Cape Breton and PEI, and then the system moving across to Newfoundland and Labrador. It could bring some snow with it as well, some snow in May, which is always heartbreaking to hear. Right now in Halifax, though, those current temperatures, 5 degrees, 4 in Fredericton, 5 in Charlottetown, and 8 at this hour in St. John's. Those winds have been on the gustier side for today as well. They will eventually calm down, but we'll be seeing those gustier winds for much of the day today. Right now, generally from the west in the range between about 20 to 40 kilometers per hour, a little bit stronger for more eastern areas of Nova Scotia. Those gusts reported between about 30 to 50. Though again, 67 in Canso, 76 right now in Sydney, and 78 at Sable Island. In terms of visibility, we have been seeing conditions improving across New Brunswick and Nova Scotia this morning, even through PEI as well. Still some limited visibility, though, through parts of Newfoundland and Labrador as the system continues to push east. I'll have more on that coming up in the full forecast, but for now, we'll go over to Amanda with the news.
Thanks, Stephanie. And those high winds impacting travel around the region. Let's take a live look at the Confederation Bridge. We've been keeping an eye on the traffic here throughout the morning. It reopened to traffic under restrictions just after 7 a.m. This was after being closed in the early morning hours for about 3 hours due to weather conditions. Also due to weather, Northumberland Ferries has canceled early morning crossings between PEI and Nova Scotia. And further north for North Sydney and Port aux Basques, Marine Atlantic has canceled morning crossings in both directions. Now, this weather impacting power customers, we have been seeing those numbers fluctuate throughout the morning. Here's where they stand right now. In Nova Scotia, More than 2,600 Nova Scotia Power customers are off the grid at this hour. In PEI, that number has dropped from 1,700 to 473 Maritime electric customers who are off the grid. And in New Brunswick, the number has been increasing throughout the morning. It now sits at 99 customers without power at this time. Police in St. John are warning residents about an early morning prowler. Police say the suspect has been known to peek through ground level windows on certain streets. And those streets include Newport Crescent, Davenport Avenue, and Technology Drive. Police don't have a complete description of the suspect, but say he's been seen wearing dark clothing. Anyone with information is asked to contact police in St. John. People came together in Stellarton, Nova Scotia over the weekend to mark the one-year anniversary of the disappearance of Jack and Lily Sullivan. The crowd of 30 gathered outside the local RCMP detachment for speeches and to place toys around a lighthouse, symbolizing the family's belief that children will still find their way home. Family members say they'd hoped by now there would be answers instead of an anniversary gathering.
It's hard to believe it's been a year and we know as much as we knew May 2nd, 2025.
There's nothing else I can do. So at least talking about them, getting other people to talk about them, that's what I can do.
For many, the grief has only deepened alongside growing frustration over the lack of answers. The crowd ended the vigil with a march through the streets. One of the most iconic neighborhoods in this country is drawing a lot of attention, all because of a construction plan that could reshape its identity. A proposed subdivision featuring 28 new homes would alter a landscape featured on postcards and tourism ads. And as CTV's Garrett Barry shows us, that's not sitting well with many in St. John's.
Who's got the power? A contentious proposal to rebuild nearly 2 acres of land in downtown St. John's has sparked a wave of criticism and today's protest. That dramatic facelift could see more than 24 townhouses built surrounding this 150-year-old property.
Often people are just walking past this beautiful property that has an abundance of land and trees and flowers. So, it plucks the heartstrings for a lot of people.
Critics say the plans would totally reshape this neighborhood, adding another new development that just doesn't fit in.
Seeing these trees cut down is going to permanently alter this neighborhood. And as of right now, we really need to preserve trees. We do not have protection for mature trees in this city.
This proposal is in one of the most iconic sections of this city. This is the area that you'll find in postcards or tourism ads about Newfoundland and Labrador.
I mean, this is one of the most iconic neighborhoods in Canada, and to have that beautiful piece of land turned into something that doesn't at all fit into the rest of the iconic historic neighborhood would be just such a shame.
City councillors have indicated there's not much they'll be able to do. After all, developers bought this land and seem to be following the rules. But Councillor Tom Davis attended the rally today and said the protest isn't a lost cause.
The developers, they want to be good stewards. So sometimes by the public being involved, they can put pressure on the developers as well and maybe have a different outcome than might have been happened without any public pressure.
Critics are pushing for a public meeting to try to preserve what they call the gateway to the Battery in St. John's. Garrett Barry, CTV News, St. John's.
Thank you, Garrett. Finally, someone living on PEI might be having a better Monday than most people. That's because Atlantic Lottery says a Lotto Max ticket sold Friday is worth a cool $1 million. And that ticket was purchased in Montague. So if you haven't checked your tickets yet and you bought it in Montague on Friday, you may want to check it because you could be a big winner. $1 million. Wouldn't that be lovely?
I always think of. Anywho. Thank you for that, Amanda.
You're welcome.
So a beautiful day for some footy action here on Saturday. Saw the Wanderers take on the league's best Hamilton Forge. And well, it was a rough start to the match, which saw Hamilton draw first blood with a beautiful one-timer from Brian Wright. Marco Carducci really wanting that one back, or I don't know, maybe some defense on that one. But Antoine Batiste would add another for the Forge. So unfortunately up 2-0 before a penalty kick for Halifax saw Isaiah Johnson at the dot and he made no mistakes. Joyce Masuda, though, would add another one for the Forge, and they take that match 3-1. Halifax falls to 5th, with Forge remaining in 1st. And while it wasn't the outcome, it was a beautiful atmosphere. But some beautiful goals were had, too.
At least, yeah, a nice day to be outside.
Absolutely.
That's all there was.
If nothing else.
Well,
for fans in this region.
Yes, lots of sports going on, but we also have lots of great community events taking place too across our region, including the 48th annual Fredericton Marathon, which returns this weekend. Festivities kick off Friday and go until Sunday. More than 3,000 runners are expected to participate. There will be a variety of races from youth fun runs all the way to the full marathon. You can find all of the information at frederictonmarathon.com. Now, if you love tacos, Prince Edward Island is the place to be right now. Taco Battles, oh, Brienne's on her way. Taco Battles is back and bigger than ever. More than 30 restaurants are taking part, with some of the island's top chefs going head-to-head in this flavor face-off. Go to tacobattlespei.com to see all of the participating restaurants. And if you've been in need of a good laugh, good news. The Halifax Comedy Festival is back. The festival features multiple shows in various venues across Halifax, featuring local, national, and international headlining artists. Visit halifaxcomedyfest.ca for the full schedule, and that kicks off tomorrow. And if you have any upcoming events, let us know. You can email them to us at yourmorningatlantic@ctv.ca.
So much happening in our region. I love it.
Especially now that spring, summer's right around the corner.
I was going to say, hopefully some of those comedy festivals outside, because those days are looking beautiful.
Yes, they are. Oh, gosh. And shout out to our own Vanessa Wright, who emceed the Walks So Kids Can Talk on Sunday in Halifax. It's still out there in the raining conditions.
Yep. It was a little wet, but she mustered through that one. So
yeah,
good on her.
All right, Stephanie has one last look at the forecast, and also, too, what these horses lack in size, they make up for in cuteness. Big time. We're visiting the mini horses of Sunshine Ranch and getting details on their new foal. Please stay with us. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to CTV Your Morning Atlantic. Here is a look at the Bald Eagle Camp in Cape Breton. This is either Bruce or Suki who have been camping out there. It looks a little bit breezy though, so hopefully they are nice and cozy in their nest there this morning. They could see a little bit of rain though as the afternoon rolls on, just with this system that is continuing to make its way across the region with those windy conditions as well. For the most part though, we're seeing some clearing taking place through much of New Brunswick and Nova Scotia this morning, so lots of sunshine now out there after starting off the day very early this morning with those showers. Seeing some flurry activity as well, mixing in with this system, just with some of those cooler temperatures to start the day as well. But as we head into the later evening hours, seeing lots of clearing taking place for many areas. Slight chance of some showers this evening for parts of Nova Scotia and New Brunswick, into PEI as well. But then early on tomorrow, we'll see that clearing continuing to take place. And then we are in for plenty of sunshine for Tuesday and even into Wednesday. As mentioned, we have been dealing with some very strong winds across the region today that has forced a wind warning for parts of eastern mainland Nova Scotia and Cape Breton this morning. We'll see those conditions, though, easing later on. Those gusts, though, up to 90 kilometers per hour, so just be mindful of any objects that may be loose outside. As for those temperatures today in New Brunswick, highs between about 14 to 16 degrees. A few degrees cooler for more coastal areas, 11 in Grand Manan and 12 in St. John. Generally a mix of sun and cloud here today, but again, a slight chance of some showers. For PEI today, we'll see those showers continuing through the day, eventually clearing off. We could see some flurries mixed in there as well. Highs today, though, getting up to 13 or 14 degrees. Windy, though, from the west at 40, gusting up to 70. For Cape Breton and eastern mainland Nova Scotia today, we'll see those highs between 9 all the way up to 14 degrees. That rain, snow mix clearing as the day goes on. Still windy here, though. That is, of course, where we have that wind warning in effect. For central and southwestern areas of Nova Scotia, today we'll see those highs in the range between 13 and 16 degrees. A little bit cooler today for Yarmouth, high there of 11 degrees. Generally sunny here for today, with those showers continuing to clear out for more central areas. And windy, too, from the west at 40, gusting up to 60. As for Newfoundland and Labrador, We'll see the rain clearing through Newfoundland as the day continues to go on. Some rain, snow mixing in for parts of Labrador. Today, we could see some accumulation just with those temperatures a little bit closer to the freezing mark. And we'll see those highs in the range between 4 degrees all the way up to 8. That's a look at your forecast. Now we'll head over to the farm.
Welcome to Sunshine Ranch, and this is the newest member of Sunshine Ranch. This is Milo, and yes, this is a miniature pony that you're looking at. I am joined by Poppy and Susie, owners of the ranch. Thanks so much for having us.
Thanks for coming.
Okay, Poppy, first and foremost, how do you love being here?
I really just love coming every day and spending time with the ponies and looking after them. And just spending time with him now especially is just so fun.
I mean, this is such a cool pastime to have as a young person. Susie, why did this happen? Why did this come to fruition?
That's kind of funny, actually, because Poppy was starting to ride at a very young age. And when we bought her second horse, it was in foal. Unfortunately, it did not survive. So we were a bit down about that. So my husband quietly went out and bought our first mini, and I didn't know anything about it, and brings it home 10 o'clock at night. So I was like, okay. We had this little mini running around. It took me a month to even get near her. But then after I got training her and being around her, I just fell in love with them. And then she turned into needing a companion. And then I kept looking at more, and here we are with, what, 11?
From 1 to 11. That's a gateway number, right?
Yeah, it is. And growing.
I love it. What is so unique about minis?
I just really find like their size and their personality. I just really find that it's like cool to have a horse that's just so little, like the size of a dog.
And they kind of act like them too, right?
Totally, totally.
What do people need to know about mini horses?
Well, I mean, there's the same things with large horses. It's just, you know, some people who are nervous around large horses, like some of my family members, they're okay being around the little ones. So they're less intimidating, but they can be a little bit more fierce. So, but overall, really just, it's the same thing. So, you know, same type of diet, exercise, and you do need to train them the same as you would a big horse, like with groundwork, so that they're well behaved and so they can be around people.
You can't ride them.
Well, typically no.
Okay.
You do see small children like age 2 on someone like Mistletoe's size, but they're more for therapy, and they're more people cart them.
Okay.
So they will train them for carting and riding them, and we want to do that when we get the time, but we just enjoy walking them, training them, and you can show them at the exhibitions and stuff, and there's all kinds of different little programs that you can enter with the mini horses.
And how fun is it to be able to do this? Like, this is what you do.
I really love doing it, and especially the shows. Just going to show a mini horse is really fun.
Have you brought friends home and to see the mini horses?
Yes, I've brought plenty of my friends home to see them.
What was their initial reaction?
They were like, wow, that's so tiny.
It's like a dog. Like, it's honestly the same size as a dog. Yeah. So people can come and visit you here.
Yeah, we do. We started by holding our first event last October, where we grow our own pumpkins. So we had a pumpkin carving event. And then that was successful, so we decided to host a second, which was our Christmas event. And people got to decorate ornaments and be with the minis at the same time. And then our last one was our Easter event. And it was really great. We had over 100 people, and we set up in the arena. People painted wooden eggs, and we had all the minis running around. People had opportunity to visit and have photos. So, and we had one visit the farm day when Milo was born, so people could meet him.
Oh my gosh, well, this is such an awesome experience. Thank you so much for inviting me in today.
Thanks for coming.
CTV News will be right back after this.
The #1 morning show in Halifax. Turk, Megan, and Amateur Alex. And home to the biggest artists. Halifax's #1 hit music station. 101.3 Virgin Radio.
Hey, welcome back. Before we get to the viewer text answers, I wanted to share this photo that a viewer shared with us from a conversation we had earlier. Steph had mentioned about snow nose, which is, correct me if I'm wrong, that's like if your dog's nose stays pink in the cold weather, right?
Yes, it turns pink through the winter months, and then it usually will go back to black in the summertime.
Okay, Cynthia Weber, she's one of our loyal viewers. She shared this photo and says, definitely common in Huskies, and ours got older. It stayed all year. Now, she's talked about her dog Axel before. She says Axel hasn't had it yet. He's still young, but this is a picture of Tucker and Maverick in 2023 at Point Pleasant Park. And sadly, both of them passed away in 2024, but we're happy that she could share these photos in memory with us. So she said, yeah, happened much more common in her later years.
There we go. Good to know. The more you know.
The cute little pink noses.
Yeah. All right, and let's get to the answers to the Move Morning Chat. So today we asked what's something that seems like totally normal for most people but completely stresses you out. It's got to do with vehicles.
Okay.
That's the big theme I'm seeing this morning. Joyce from Spryfield, being late and worries about parking.
Yes.
Joyce,
100%. You're hitting both of our marks right here, Joyce.
Exactly. And then for Sharon, night driving, especially in the winter, totally stresses me out. I would love a permanent change to daylight saving time just for the fun of it.
I love it.
Yes.
That's so valid.
Yeah, many people with you there. And Jessica from New Waterford says, one thing that stresses me out is driving and being behind a slow driver. Another thing that stresses me out is being in the Mayflower Mall around Christmas.
Honestly?
Any mall at Christmas time.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah. So if you're in Sydney around there, you won't see Jessica around the holiday shopping
Definitely
season.
not.
Or if you do, she will be very stressed.
Very stressed.
Very stressed.
Help her out a little bit if you do see her.
Yeah.
Don't drive slow in front of her either at that time of year, because I feel like that's like a double whammy.
It's the same thing too, though. If someone's driving like really fast behind you, and you're like, I'm going the speed limit.
Yeah, you're stressing me out. Go, just pass me.
Leave me alone.
That's a big one for me too. Just go around me, honestly.
Yeah, following the rules.
Following the rules. Also, so I did promise you all of the sports updates. So the Halifax Tides also took a trip to Toronto for their second game of the season, taking on TFC. It's never an easy feat, but this one would see a battle between the two that ended in a draw thanks to some fantastic goalkeeping Saturday. The Tides earned 1 point for the draw and currently sit second behind the Montreal Roses, not losing yet this year. So a very different start to the season than they saw last year. Toronto right behind them in third, but the goal differential keeps the Tides on top. So their next match will be at Ottawa on May 13th.
Oh, amazing. I think their next home game is the May long weekend.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
It is the May long weekend indeed. So hopefully the weather will be nice for them then.
Yes.
Oh, hopefully.
Because that is always, the Wanderers grounds are fantastic. Like Saturday's game was so wonderful. I got to go. And so just being there in the sunshine and like the vibes and all of the things are great. In the rain, where I've had to work the Tides games, which is every single game I worked, it always rained. Not so fun.
No, it's certainly not, because there's really no protection there either. So it's perfect on a nice sunny day.
Yeah, that's true too.
Not so much in the rain.
Yeah, but you know what? Fans are hardy.
100%.
Just like the players.
Absolutely. Just getting ready for World Cup in our region too, right?
Well, we have wrapped up this Monday show. We hope you'll join us Tuesday. We're talking about Red Dress Day. We'll have MetaBee Health Connect Plus. It's Tuesday, so the SPCA will be joining us for Pet Talk,
which is one of our favorite segments, as you know. Thanks for joining us today, and enjoy this beautiful weather. That'll continue throughout the week.